Give me a minute, guys. Again, I don't do monologues on here, so I'll wait. But if you could see the topic, I changed it. So there it is. Hey, good morning, June.
What's up? What's up?
Look at the thing I put in the title.
Lease match Stingley's contract for Sauce. Getting me going early in the morning, brother. Early in the morning. Early in the AM.
It should be though, man. To me, they have to match it. I
Bro,
mean,
how do you have wait, listen. If it's one thing if the contract would be if the contract is done next year, but as of this year, meaning like a week apart, Sauce is
well,
not Stingley, not close to it.
right. Well, what I'm saying is though that the Jets should at least that's the number they should be at because when you do the 50-year option, it's going to be, he's going to get 25 million in May. So that'll be for next year. And to me, 25 million next year, if you extend it, I guess you can lower the cap number. I don't know if you could do that with the 50-year options, but I got to look into that and ask a cap guy.
I love my Jet family, man. Guys just I don't know, man. I don't know. Medic, what you think?
Yeah, I was just going to ask Medic.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm at work today, so I'll be short and sweet.
What's up, man?
Just doing some research on our tight end and wide receiver. That could be possibly a choice. Didn't see much downside to either one. I think both their cons could be definitely fixable. There's definitely nothing at the athletic part of their bodies as far as their ability to play football. So I don't think we can go wrong either way. I'm just really not sure about the tackle. Being seventh overall, being that we have obviously depth pieces that could be pieces that could be put on later on in the draft. I'm seeing a lot of mock drafts with him going at 7, the right tackle. Membu, I think his name is.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I really think we should wait on a tackle. I think having that tight end would be a good choice. I think because he could probably line up on the right side and mask a lot of deficiencies if that's a thing going into the season with the right side, because apparently he is able to block and shed blocks and be able to get open. So that was really good to see. So that's just something I was looking at. I was watching a lot of video, a lot of tape on these guys.
Now,
And that's just pretty much my 2 cents.
Medic, my next question to you, real quick. Do you see Sauce as equal to Stingley?
Not yet.
Okay, so with that being said, do you pay Sauce the same that because Stingley just got paid literally less than a week ago? So do you match that or give him more?
Well, unfortunately, the way NFL works, they're probably going to match it to give him more. I don't
So
think they
wait,
should.
Medic, can I ask you something to piggyback that, June? That's a good question, but the question is, was Sauce's first 2 years, do they outweigh Stingley's, year last year?
Hell no.
I, I, well, his best year was his first year. We all know that.
That's it. And
Um,
he's trending down. But go ahead.
yeah, and he hasn't really been the guy we saw first year. So unless something changes this year with Glenn, and if he's able to maybe get something out of this kid, I think we wait. I don't think they should do anything until this end of this year, to be honest, because he really hasn't shown he's improved. You know, we always know the sophomore slump always happens to some players, so we should really just wait this year out and see what happens.
Now look, the sophomore slump carried on to the third year, and the third year was worse
Yeah.
than the second year.
Yep.
So to
And
be
people can say, well,
honest,
they
he's
don't throw
trending
to
down.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people say, well, they don't throw his way. I say, well, that doesn't matter. You know, the times he did, what did he do? So.
And no one is saying that the guy is bad. No one is saying he's a bum. No one, he's an above average corner, no question. But
Absolutely.
to sit there and just give him that money cut because of the market,
Yeah.
Well,
That's yeah.
especially when when I mean you're not rebuilding, but you're retooling. Like the timeline is off.
Uh huh. We have what, another 2 years with him? This is his fourth year,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I just say we wait it out. Because unless he doesn't show any improvement, how could you pay that man more than Stingley got?
Doesn't make any sense. Gio,
Nope.
what's up? Good morning, brother.
Hold on. I just got a quick question for you though, June. Good morning.
Talk to me, brother.
All right. So how is it Sauce has been good his first year, but y'all just ignored his last year? But y'all saying Stanley's better than him off just 1 year. You
No,
can't just judge him off one
Geo, that
year and then
Geo,
say
that's what I was
Sauce is
saying. G,
it
that's what I
that
was
don't work.
saying.
You can't just say Sauce has been good and just drop them off and then out of nowhere one season you just claim Stingley's just way better than him. Like that don't like why y'all didn't keep that same energy his rookie year, his sophomore year? Why y'all wait till he has one bad year to do all this? Like, come on, that's not fair.
no. Hear what we saying. Because first of all, Stickley came into the league. He was hurt. He went before him. He was hurt. Okay. And the minute he started getting healthy, he was already showing he was a better corner than him. And on top of that, I mean, he
How?
put up
How? Stats wise,
what
he
you mean?
wasn't though. By stats, he was not better than Sauce. He only had
He was
this year. I give you this year. This year, yes, but you can't just say he's better than him by just
Geo,
1 year.
everybody goes off of, and appreciate you coming up, man. It's good talking to you. Everybody, to me, not everybody,
Like,
most people
yeah,
go off of the interceptions.
yeah. What if Stingley has a bad year next year? So what happens off that? Like, how does that work?
okay. So let's use the same analogy. What if Sauce have another bad year? Because he's
Yeah,
trending
but
down.
yeah, but if you really look at the stats, Sauce didn't really have a bad year. His
He
numbers are decent numbers for any other corner. It's just this. His name is just Sauce. That's the reason why we hold him to a higher like standard. His
and,
numbers weren't that bad.
and you know what? The reason why his name is I mean, because his name is Sauce and he came in on that superstar shit is the reason why we still look at him like
Yeah,
he's
but
still. I
just
mean,
like yesterday, there's a lot of different like things that goes into why he had a bad year. The whole defense had a bad year though. It's not just him. They lost a lot of pieces. They don't have a pass rush. You can't expect him to do great his like the same as his rookie year with no pass rush. What corner? Like I asked the same question yesterday. What corner top five right now that has no pass rush? Like, Nate, give me one.
Well, let me ask you this then. Two things. The thing that bothers me the most is that many times he had a chance to tackle somebody and he couldn't bring the guy down. Now, to
Yeah,
me,
that
that's effort and that's mental toughness.
period.
So to me, that
I'll
has
give you
nothing
that.
to do.
I'll give you
Yeah,
that. I'll
right.
give you that.
So that's number
That's a
one. Number
big
two,
part.
yeah,
Yeah,
number
but that
two,
that could be fixed by
what
coaching though.
well, you hope
Wait,
so.
no, whoa,
I mean,
wait.
because that's
Wait.
always been a
Ta-
weakness
ta-
of his. But here's
tackling.
the other thing, though. One quick thing: if he announces or his agent announces in the next couple of weeks that I want Stingley's contract right now, or I'm holding out, or until training camp. What's the reaction of this fan base to that? Like, are we so quick to give him what Stingley just got? Or are we going to say, you know what, show us this year that you can get back to the all pro form that you had, and then we'll talk about giving you not only Stingley's contract, but maybe like whatever it is, a million or two more than what Stingley got to call yourself the highest paid corner in the NFL. But that's what my concern is come over the next couple of weeks is that Stingley got paid. They're both on the they both got drafted the same year, one spot
Mhm.
between them. And what happens if him or his agent starts saying, I want what Stingley got now, pay me now. I'm
Right.
not.
Well,
He's
Terrence,
screwed.
Terrence, let me ask you something real quick. Good morning. Would you give him then? You're definitely giving him the option, correct?
Of what?
For the fifth year, 25 million.
Well, that would be next year, though,
Right, but
right?
you have to
Okay.
do it May. You have to do it by this May.
Oh,
You,
absolutely.
right. So,
Yeah. Oh,
do you just
absolutely. But
do you just give because if you see what Muji's doing too, he's doing void years on contracts. Like kind of like Douglas did. Well, but every GM does void years.
Yeah, I
But
guess the issue with the void years is if they cut these guys ahead of the 3 years, like Stevens or something, like about the void years, like if he gets cut before those 3 years, all that void years, like everything's got to get paid the moment he gets cut, right?
yeah, I
But
think
yeah,
And
so.
so yeah, we're gonna extend him. There's no reason not to extend him. But my point is, there's a lot of pressure now because of what happened with Stingley. How's he going to react? And to me, you hold firm and you say to him, get back to where you were 2 years ago, and we'll give you what you deserve. But I'm just worried that this is going to be like one of those Twitter conversations where he's going to start, tweeting out, pay me now.
now look, let me say this real quick. And Gio, I gotta say this. How are we saying coaching could 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 someone can coach the effort into you to want to tackle? You either want to tackle or you don't. When you play Pop Warner football, you taught to tackle. Like I'm pretty sure this man was showed how to was shown how to tackle. I mean, it's no way in hell, yo. And then again, you can't catch. So I guess coaching gonna show you how to catch. You know how to catch. This is
To
football.
that
He
point.
just
But
can't
June,
catch.
Yeah,
June,
If
I
they knew how
remember
to
June,
catch,
clearly.
they would
June,
be receivers.
I think
June.
I
To
think
that
it's
point,
more I
though.
think it's more playing for the coach. You might want to play for that coach a little bit harder than if you
That's
see
what I'm
the
saying.
way the team
Exactly.
going.
Wait, no, no, no,
I
no.
remember when
That
he had
man
those issues when he
loved.
wasn't tackling, and then all of a sudden social media called him out on it, and then he started getting a little better at tackling, actually showing some effort. So it's not that he doesn't want to. I think he was scared to most of the time, and then he got called out on it, and then he started tackling.
That man. He said,
I mean, can we act like corners, usually speaking, aren't bad tacklers? Like that's
Yeah,
not nothing new.
he's 6'3",
Like
190.
corners,
But
generally
he's
speaking, are some of
6'3".
the worst
Yeah, he's
tacklers
190. Come
in
on,
the
Darrell
in the
Revis was one of the
in
best tackling corners
Revis.
in football.
Revis is
facts.
an
Please.
anomaly.
that's
Revis
Okay,
is
but
an
true.
still,
anomaly.
don't say that corners
Re,
are the worst tackling people
Right.
because
I
they're
just
not.
did though. I just did. I
But they're
just
not.
did because they are.
There are some
Because the
corners out
other
there who
great
will tackle
receiver of
somebody.
all,
Yeah, but
corner of all
wait,
time.
hold on, medic. There's also there's exceptions to the rule, and Revis is an
Exactly.
exception. To be
The
fair,
Okay.
other great
Stingley
corner of all
tackles too.
time, Dion, was horrible at tackling, and
Yes.
he was considered better than Revis. So
But
don't tell me that just because Revis was the anomaly, because I give you that he's easily one of the best tackling corners of all time.
can I bring up a
yeah,
scenario? Remember that play in the playoffs where Cromartie bluffed on Sean Green and everybody killed him for that? Does anybody recall that run by Sean Green?
Yeah, and when he went into the touchdown, he gave him a little tap at the end.
Yeah, and then Sean Green did the Ladainian Tomlinson
now
celebration.
now Shade, you're right about Dion. Boom. Everybody know, but at the same time, he took the ball away.
Yeah, I give you that. I give you that.
You
It's
so
something to me. It's actually a good thing in a way that like there's still improvement to Sauce's game. So that means that he has not reached his potential. He may never reach his potential like the way you want. You know what I mean? Because I don't think he's ever gonna be the guy that's like intercepting 7 balls a year
and that
or
and
anything
that's
like that.
cool. And
As long as he does it like kind of like Revis, lock your guy down and give me 2 to 3 a year, you're happy. But you got to lock your guy down. That's the difference this year. He had a little bit more, not as good of a lockdown year compared to his first 2 years. Because the first 2 years, people were he was doing what, like 4 catches for like 20 something 30 yards. If you gave me that year in year out and you gave me 1 or 2 interceptions, you can't complain.
right, but see, this right here is the problem I have with him. One, you're not a willing tackler. I don't care if you use bad form or whatever. You're not even willing to do that. That's one. Number two, okay, you can't catch. That's fine. That's fine. It's not a problem. Number three, as for cornerbacks, he was third in the league in the most penalties called. Like, I mean,
He's got to work on it, no doubt about it. That's something he's got to work out. But just
But
because
June,
of those
Stingley had
things,
12.
Shade.
that
Stingley had 12.
12
Stingley
what?
had
And
12, June.
12 penalties
12,
No,
he
no,
had
last
12
year.
passing interference. Yeah,
So that's
Stingley had 12.
almost like that's like 3/4 of a
He
penalty
led
a
the league.
game.
no. Listen, I'm not arguing that, but at the same time, if you're gonna do that,
I did not know that.
then at least tackle and take away the
Exactly.
ball.
See,
At least
June's leaving
tackle and
that
take
part
away the
out.
ball. No. I'm not leaving anything because I just said that he was third. I ain't say he was first. I said he was third.
I'm talking
So
about
do
So
you
Stingley.
think?
Stingley
Wait,
had 12.
did Stingley deserve that contract extension? Is the
He
question? That's
deserved it.
another
yeah,
question. So why doesn't Sauce?
Because June hates Sauce.
no. I don't hate him. I don't hate the guy, bro. I'm naming the things. Look, listen. You can't turn the ball. You can't turn the ball over. You don't want to tackle. Not that you can't. You don't want to tackle, and then you're third on the list in the most penalties. That's three different things, bro.
Yeah, but June,
Now,
I don't know if he doesn't want to.
you can.
Come on, that's strong, bro. Come on.
He doesn't want to.
I mean, I
P.
feel you,
Come
June.
on,
It seems
come
like a lot,
on.
but it sounds like you kind of nitpicking low key.
No,
Like all those things can be worked on 100%. You still, regardless of all the cons that you just named, he's still a top 5 corner. And I think like like hey yeah, give a little bit more effort. Hands the penalties. I feel like every DB is low key kind of handsy. They got tricks to the trade where they don't get called for it sometimes. I think Aaron Glenn helps him with his hand placement and stuff like that by him being a DB. So he should learn a little couple of tricks from him. At least he got to learn something. So I mean, I think it gets better. You feel me?
Yeah, but
Look,
June, I'm pretty sure if we nitpick through Derek Stingley's career too, we could find like his flaws too,
no,
though. That's what
listen,
June
no,
is doing.
no, 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 no,
Nitpick
no.
flaws.
Look. Once again, I won't argue with you as far as maybe Glenn can show him some moves, show him something that where he won't be as much handsy. But it should not take a coach to make you want to tackle. That's my
I
point.
actually truly believe the reason he's not a great tackler, the fucking guy is skinny as shit. So it's like I feel like
It's 190, bro.
He
he's
is.
like, oh fuck, like you know what I mean? Like
He
these,
is.
especially what was the last year that one I think it was a tight end. I knew he was like, fuck, I'm the only one to like that's around. You know
McBride.
what I mean? He wrapped him up. Like to me, if you're gonna do that, just hold him up until your reinforcement comes.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Didn't he
Like
get
I
hurt
get that.
against 49? Didn't he get hurt against the 49ers?
That's what I'm saying. Like
No,
Tackling
but
like
if
a
you
running back,
think
but
about it,
he hurt his shoulder.
if you think about it, besides Revis, the guys who tackle really well corner wise, they get hurt a lot.
Cannot.
Will make it out to be though.
Thank you.
Effort is a big
That's it.
part.
That's all I care
I give
about.
you that. I give you that.
That's
I
all I
give you
care
that.
about.
I give you
Look
that. And
at
again,
LT3. He ended up undrafted from being like a first round pick grade. The next year, his effort sucked. His numbers weren't as good, and he didn't even get it drafted. The guy that's on our team, the D tackle. I mean, that's an effort thing. Like they
Effort,
said, he'd
bro.
give up on plays.
That is true. I'm telling you that, and that's what sticks out to me more than anything. It's just
and
the effort.
and
It's not a willing. You don't even want to do it.
and
He's
if
also
you're a
got to work
corner
on
and you're
his
not in the
coverage
lab
skills.
watching film and stuff, what tends to happen? And you still want to be covered. Maybe you get handsy. So maybe that's a proponent of him not working on his shit. And look at Brees Hall and them; they're already working on their shit. He's over there with Ice Spice in the mall and shit. Like, I mean,
June.
I'm just saying, man.
Hold on 1 second, Lawrence. Tank Flex, T Flex. I know this guy. You can talk. You're good.
This Sauce is one of the best coverage corners in the NFL. He has been since he got in the league. He can't tackle. He struggles in run defense. It's probably an effort thing, but like if you look at the metrics about like how he covers people, how much space he gives the receivers, his ability to stay with receivers tightly down the field, like there's been no other corner in the last 3 years that can do anything better. So I don't know.
So,
He's been the best corner in the league for
yes,
3 years.
Mike, I have a comment on that. So, does his tackling ability scare you away to pay this guy? My
No.
answer is no.
No,
Right.
not a shot.
Right. I just
I
don't
mean,
get the
we
slander.
don't ask them to
It's
tackle.
like,
I
Mike,
mean,
can I say one? It's like Jet fans have like a good player, and I'm not
yeah,
saying it's everybody, but in this space, a lot of people, question Sauce, Brees, and they're really, really good players.
yeah,
Sauce is a bona fide star compared to Brees in my eyes, and people
yeah.
want to get rid of him and not want to
It's
No,
keep
it's
no,
him.
no, no,
Because
crazy to
no,
me.
PD, we
no.
actually keep people
Nobody
accountable, and
said.
we
Yeah.
actually
No,
call
no,
out their mistakes and their deficiencies.
Medic,
that's
I
it.
don't call out
That's it.
players' mistakes. I call them out all the time. I
N-
just think
Not
Sauce
if they're
should be
wearing the
part.
green jersey.
June, come on. Jeremy Ruckert stinks. Lazard stinks. You want to go on?
Y- y-
Tyron Smith stunk.
Yo,
You
you
want to
can't
go on?
stand
Rogers
Lazard,
wasn't good. Rogers wasn't good last year. He could have
but
been better.
but you wanted
What's
him back.
worse is Mark Torres's hand is up.
I'll
Hello.
tell you one thing. It was a mistake getting rid of Reed.
Can I say something, please?
Well, yeah, Mike, hold on. Yes, Mark. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Great.
This sauce, it's got to stop, man. Like, there are holes in every player's game. We can nitpick all around the field, and it's not like the Jets lights out defensive unit last year after we all saw what they did, plus the front office, and like we got to stop with this. Like, you're going to chirp another good player off the team and then cry when he's in a different jersey.
Only for a
This doesn't
quarterback,
make any sense.
guy. Only for a franchise quarterback to get him. He would give us
Yeah, but
the
Hector,
Yeah,
we
how do
say
you
this.
know?
Jones
Go
said it
ahead.
great. It's like, no, because the thing with, it's guys, it's for it's for our future. Of course, if you're going to move a guy for for Mahomes, fine, but
well,
Yeah,
show
but did
me
the
fucking
Commanders know?
hey
Mahomes. We
Mark,
got to stop with this.
really? Really?
Did the Commanders know? That's the thing, though.
The
Let's go
Commanders
another
didn't
20
trade up
years.
though.
Let's go another 20 years without a franchise quarterback.
All
Let's
right,
I'm
take
not
so
that
saying
another 6
that.
ways. Let's
so
go get
so
I'm
Drew
not
you got
Brees.
all
saying
right.
that.
So you guys, if the Jets had the 7-6 pick again next year, and Steve, I'll
Yeah,
get to you. Thanks for
yeah.
if the Jets had the 6th pick next year, just say, so you would trade up 3 spots
I
for a
would try
player
to
of
trade
Sauce and just get rid of Sauce to move up 3 players,
if
Yo,
3
you
that's
need
the
a
spots.
quarterback.
quarterback.
Hold
I'm
on.
just
If
at.
that's
What are you
if
guys getting
that's
up?
the
I'm asking
quarterback
a
that I
question,
identified, I don't want the remaining litter. I
Mark.
want the guy that I want. I want to
Yes,
All right,
I'm
stop
here.
this for the
Mark.
next
My foot
15
just
years.
got ran over. Can you call my car insurance, please?
Yes. Okay, no problem.
For another 15 years, I want the quarterback that's finally going to stabilize this organization. Without that, we don't have nothing. We could have 10
Right,
sauces.
but okay. So let's say Justin Fields works out. Then what?
Petey, I got you. But the chances of Justin Fields. Hey, how about if
First
Zach
world
Wilson
problem.
works out with Miami?
If
You got
who?
the same
That'll be
chances to get
funny.
some
Nah,
rookie in the
but
first pick
Zach,
to be
Zach,
your guy too.
hold on, Hector, and then
Yeah.
Steve, just jump in. Zach Wilson is not going to be the starter for Tua unless he gets hurt.
And what
Justin
if he
Fields
gets
is the
hurt?
starter.
What I'm trying to say is Zach Wilson has as good of a
I
chance
don't care, but
as Fields
uh,
to.
no, he doesn't because the chance that Fields is starting, Hector. And honestly, I
Yeah,
don't care about Zach Wilson anymore. No
I
offense,
don't
but
know.
hold
My
on,
thing is, what
Lawrence.
did they say?
Lawrence.
What did they
Lawrence.
say to get him out,
Lawrence.
though?
Lawrence, give me a second. Steve's been waiting. Go ahead, Steve.
Thanks, PD. Appreciate getting me
Yeah.
on, man.
What up, Steve?
Hey,
Yeah.
man, what's going on? Hey, June, I hear you, man. As far as a lot of your Sauce stuff, here's the deal: if they're gonna resign him, and I think at some point they're going to, the sooner the better. Every day that goes by, even if you think Stingley got overpaid, he's gonna be, right there contract wise. What I do with him though is kind of what the opposite of the Eagles are doing, right? They're signing these guys these big contracts and then kicking the money down. I do what the Niners did with Garoppolo
Correct.
years ago. We know we're not going to be any good this year. Let's take the big cap hit right now. And that way, if we have to get rid of this guy later, it's easier. Number one. Number two, Petey, I heard you talking about Brees there a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
I gladly drive him to the airport, man. I don't know what happened to him last year.
Me and you both.
Yeah, he seems to have a bad attitude. I don't think he wants to
How,
be here.
Steve?
What?
Steve,
Got,
hold
got,
on here. All right, respectfully here.
yeah, go.
A bad attitude? Are you kidding me?
He's always popping off on Twitter. He's
Yeah.
making these
Why?
eye
Because
roll
he said he
emojis,
got the
all that
ball
kind of stuff.
4 times. So what?
I don't mean every. He's not without a point occasionally, but he just seems to have a bit. He talks like he hits 400, and he's about a 250 hitter in my eyes. That's what I think. And I
Period.
think the Jets got too many guys like that. So if
Period.
you can get rid of him, I think the other guy, Allen, I think is pretty good. Davis showed me
Yes.
something, and he just
Yes.
got a better running back in
All
Justin
right.
Fields
So,
right now. So if you can get
okay,
rid of him,
Steve.
yeah,
To that
got.
point, though,
Yeah.
listen. Now to Justin Fields, I kind of want Brees Hall on the field with him to maximize and see what he could really do. Let's see. He's in a contract year.
Why would you think that? They all say Brees Hall is great when he gets open field. He
Because
can take off.
you
Every
know
running
why?
back
You
can do
gotta
that.
not
Yeah.
Steve.
listen to.
Yes,
Oh
Steve.
God.
Wait, Mark. I'm almost done.
Got.
To be fair though, listen. You're right, but they're gambling with Justin Fields. You might as well gamble with Brees. What's the loss if they lose him and he signs a $36 million contract for 3 years from somebody? Hey, maybe we get a comp pick. So
I don't think anybody's. Yeah, I'll tell you. I don't think anybody's going to give him that. I think this year for him is kind of going to be like last year. By the way, he's injury prone, right? He blew his knee out his first year. 2 years ago, right? He was banged up a bit, and this past year he's had injuries. So every year he's been here, to varying
It was
degrees.
the Titans game.
he played though. To be fair, Steve,
I
I
hear
just
you.
yeah. It feels like
Pete, you
a
know what I'm
couple of
getting
people.
from this?
It
You know what I'm
feels
getting
like a
from this is
couple of
get rid of
people against the
everybody.
world.
Hey, Mark, you said it.
I
Mark,
got something to say.
you
I would
said
like to
it.
say something, please. No, because no, it sounds like get rid of everybody, and I think it's dumb.
You said the
I'll
coaches
be
got it for
very
years
plain
that they
about
don't
it.
have a quarterback. Where are they going to get this quarterback from?
No, all right, Hector. I know you're hung up on 3 years. I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, but you also need all the other players on the field, and this idea that you're just going to get rid of all the quality
No,
players,
man.
which I
One
thank God that none of
player
you guys
could
work in the
get
front
you
office.
draft picks.
And I'll tell you right now, the front office has said from the podium multiple times that they like this young core, and that's part of the reason why they want to come to the Jets. And you guys are like, oh, well, Mark, they're not telling the truth from the podium. And then they signed Jamie and Sherwood, who's one of the young players that they believe in. But he's not a scheme fit, Mark. Okay, you know what? I'm just glad none of you guys work in the front office because they'd be putting out nobody on Sunday. And then, yes, it would be a 3 or
Yeah,
4
you know
win
what? We
team.
probably get the
It'd be
quarterback.
So
self-fulfilling.
And we're glad you're not in the front office either, Mark. All right.
Then we probably get our
exactly,
That's good.
quarterback.
because we still
That's
have
great.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, we win 3
Yep.
games. Guess what? They're probably there to pick our quarterback. We're going to win
Listen,
6 or
reality
7,
is
and we ain't going to get no
okay. Hold
quarterback.
on. I'm gonna Terrence. Terrence, that was funny,
I
but
love it.
Whatever.
I
See,
love
all
it.
stop being the mediator. I'm tired of this pompous ass shit,
no,
man.
I'm not being a mediator, Terrence. What
Terrence,
are
if
you
you want to
talking
leave,
about?
leave, dude.
Yeah, well,
If
if
you
you want to
can't,
co-host,
if
be
you
a real
can't
co-host,
be,
all right?
Terrence, hold
well,
on 1
oh,
second. Let
now
me
I
just
can't
say
be a
this,
co-host.
Yeah,
Got it.
no, well,
Terrence.
then act like one.
Terrence, we all would be fired. Everybody on this space would be fired if we were
Look,
the GM. Come
look,
on.
it's not. Don't exaggerate here.
Like Doge.
Exactly. The chainsaw. Get the chainsaw out. Yeah. Yeah,
Hold on,
but
Buckeye.
look, here it's this simple. I asked the question before. I think only one person answered it. If Sauce says right now, pay me what Stingley got, are you guys going to do it? I say no. I say wait 1 year, return back to form, and then you give it to him.
I want to see how he
But
Okay.
he's
plays and
still a top
Yeah,
blends
that's what
five
I'm
schemes.
saying.
corner. He's
All
still
right, so
like
wait. All
even in
right,
a
Terrence,
down year, he's
wait.
still a top
Hold
five
on.
corner.
Mike, hold on. All right, let's do this. Terrence asked the question and he said one person. I'll answer first. I would. Just yes or no. Mark,
Yes,
would
it
you?
was done.
Holy
Mark, I didn't.
shit. Yeah, yes, I would
All
do
right.
it. I think there's
June.
more. I don't think we've seen
No.
his best football.
All right, Steve, would you?
Yeah.
Okay, Buckeye. I'm just going in order and then we'll get to the hands.
Sorry,
Buckeye,
I don't know the question.
Would you pay Sauce the Stingley money right now, the extension? Right,
Yeah,
Terrence?
I wouldn't be mad at it.
All right, Terrence wouldn't.
No,
Okay,
not right now.
okay.
Medic.
Hector,
If
wait,
it
shoot,
makes
I'm going in order of this.
for next
Yeah.
year, that more attractable to other teams that he
It's
signed?
just a yes or
Yes.
no. No, right now, would you pay
Yes.
him the money?
Yes, I would
Okay.
pay him.
Medic?
No.
Okay. Matty Ice?
No.
There you go. Stevie?
Steve
Gun
answered
to my head,
yes.
yes. Yeah, I would.
All right. Lawrence and then Geo and then Shade. Lawrence.
Yeah, no, my thing is I want to see how he plays
Lawrence,
in
just
Glenn's
yeah. All right. So no,
Glenn's
right
scheme.
now, the
And
question is right now, would you do it? And then we got to get to the hands. Would you
it
do it
depends
right
on what we
now?
would get for compensation. You mean the contract? I
No,
wouldn't match it. No.
okay, so no.
No.
All right.
I wouldn't match it, no.
Thank
Not
you.
this year.
All right. Geo,
Yeah, I'll pay him.
Josh,
YES.
YES.
So mostly yes. Mostly yes. I'd say it's 60-40 yes.
Hold on. Mike, would you?
I'd pay him more.
Okay.
What?
All right. So mostly yes. So there we go.
Okay, so he stays.
Good. So we can move on. Buckeye, go ahead.
I just want to address the presser conversation to Mark.
Hey, Petey, can you ask the same question? Would you trade Sauce if he was
Can you
allowed
hear
you
Buckeye?
already have to get your QB?
Buckeye, I'm not answering questions this morning because I'm a lousy co-host. So if you have something for the room, go ahead.
All right, well, I
Yeah,
do
because
think
everybody else would fail as a GM except you, Mark. That's right, because you watched the all 22. Yeah.
Petey,
so.
can I
Hector,
ask the
can you hear
room?
me?
Can we do the same thing one by
I
Hector,
don't
one?
think
can you
Hector
hear
can hear.
Buckeye?
I don't
Hold
think
on,
Hector can
guys.
hear anybody.
Hector, drop and come back. We
Okay.
can't.
Go ahead, Buck.
All right.
So the factual presser conversations, Mark, because you want to say that, and not many of us, I definitely am not one of them, believe in the win now. I think it was just words.
Thank you.
When you saw Myles Garrett come out after he got that contract and said it was never about the money, and that's what he said, do you believe him?
Terrence, can I answer this?
Mark, you can leave
Mark,
too.
you're the
Why don't
co-host.
you leave, Mark? If you're going to let me decide what your fate is, leave.
Oh my gosh, man. There's a lot of animosity here.
If a player
Myles
says something like
Garrett
that,
said it's never about the money.
well, I mean, the player said it's never about the money, and then he took massive money. And you hear, who is it who said, "Oh, I want to leave for a contender and I want to play where it's warm," and then just took a massive deal in a cold environment? Like, players say all kinds of stuff on the podium. I'll grant you
DK
that.
Metcalf.
But coaches
Yeah, I'll
don't.
grant you
Do
that.
too.
But coaches don't.
I think coaches. Well, the
All
question is,
all gas, no break.
well, a slogan is different. So wait, you don't think he was saying all gas, no break in the locker room after we saw footage of him saying, and they did. We saw it on One Jets Drive where
No,
say
he
all
should have
gas
been
and the room
saying
says no
he
break.
should have been saying all penalties, no time management. That's what he should have been saying
Yeah,
because
but instead of being
that was the
clever about
facts.
it, like the question is the coach, when the coach says something, I think that what he's saying from the podium is similar, if not the same as what he's saying in the locker room. I think in order for him to win over folks like a lot of the current players, including Quinnen, about the vision of this, he's saying, listen, man, there's enough talent here. We can win now, and we can win from now on. I think he's saying it, and I think he believes it. Does Aaron Glenn look like a liar to you?
Do you think the signings and offseason has shown you that it's win now?
You mean the bargain bin free agent period? I think they made the best of a pretty bad situation in free agency. Do you not like how they operated in free agency? I think it was smart.
Well, hold on, because you and I want different things for this year. So I like what they're doing because they're staying flexible. They're not locking in. They took a quarterback that I think is kind of a riskless proposition. If it works, it's unbelievable. If it doesn't, so what? Like, I think they've kept everything where we're going to build through the draft. And I think that's what this team's going to do is build through the draft. But no, I don't think they could build through the draft and make this a winning team this year. I think they can over time. And I think what I'd like to see, and I think everyone should want to see this, is rounds 2, 3, 4, 5 players that are playing on the football field. Not just worrying about round 1 of who we're going to get in round 1. Every round 1 player should play. Every round, two players should technically play, but it's our third, fourth, fifth, sixth rounds where we've just struck out. Like that's what
Buckeye,
I'm
real
saying.
A lot
quick,
of teams strike out
real
with those
quick.
picks.
I gotta get guys. There's 5 requests, so I guess Sauce Gardner's
I'll
really.
drop down, guys.
All right,
Take care.
Terrence, have a
Yeah,
good one.
you can
Thanks.
boot me down too.
All right, no problem. Thanks, guys. All right,
Yeah, you can take me down too, Petey.
all right, thanks. I'll get you guys up here. Gio, talk to you soon, man. Good talking to you. Let me just rotate. Go ahead, continue. Who's next, Medic or Tom Ford? I don't know.
We haven't heard from Tom yet. Morning, Tom.
All right, morning, everybody. Looks like there's some madness about Sauce, very appropriate on the actual first full day of March Madness today.
Yeah, happy March Madness. Yeah, don't chase the co-host out of here.
Don't worry,
He
that's
hates
not going to
basketball.
happen for me there.
He hates basketball.
Well, just then here's my last point. Last night's last thing, the lower 16 seed game, the Mount St. Mary's coach, I actually played pickup ball from back in high school. He was 2 grades below me, so shout out to Donnie Lind and that team, and good luck versus Duke there. But as far as seeing the point is about Sauce with being paid, and hearing yesterday was just so passionate about that. Like, we know Stingley, is he better statistically on the interceptions just by playing a bit less games? Yes. Like I said, Sauce, I want to keep him unless you blow me away. If you give me the only way I will remotely consider the trading Sauce is a Jamal Adams or even better deal. If Glenn does his magic, because he wants to, because I have faith in him, because Sauce, did reach out. He was actually the first player of our, let's say, core that we hope to keep, or majority want to keep on this space and other spaces, and saying, yes, I'm excited. Yes, I'm with that. Like, he at least has shown more signs that he wants to stay a Jet within reason, probably as long as they pay him. Like, I don't think less than $30 million a year is going to cut it anymore now because of Stingley, but
I agree with that.
We're gonna just see there. Unfortunately, it's like that.
Tom, one
news we
second.
lost there, just like with Wilson.
Jers, Jim, and Hull, I got you guys. I'll get you up here. Just be patient, all right? Go ahead, Tom. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. That just proves how well we all are passionate about this team and the topics here. That you got people that want to put their hands up and talk and rotate around.
Yep.
So I got no problem with that interruption, right. PD. Look, everyone, we know your stance. Everyone pretty much knows the co-host stance when it comes to this.
Sir.
June, respected as always.
You know,
Mark, you always at least go long, even if sometimes it may be long-winded to some people. I appreciate the thought, out process, and detail you do with that. So don't change in that regard, within reason, and don't let those. Yeah, and PD, way you hold it down with balancing of everything is always appreciated. So I know there's plenty of hands and plenty that want to talk. So
thank you.
I just want to go with that.
Can I say
Petey,
something
I'll
to
listen
that,
so
please?
people could talk. I'll go.
Thanks, Tom.
No,
you,
you're
Buckeye.
good. Well, Tom was talking about you, Buckeye, with Mark talking so long, but continue.
I want to say something, and Tom, thank you for the kind words. Listen, man, we've been doing this. We've been doing this for some 2 years, and we've had lots of folks come in the room and try to tell us how to run the room. So, look, it ends up being about the conversation and having a lot of opinion. This is personally, speaking selfishly, it's having a lot of different voices up here. You get a lot of opinions, and it helps me make decisions about areas of the game that I don't know so well, particularly like salary cap, college players that are up and coming. Like, I learn a lot being in here. So we thrive on having a ton of people up here sharing what they think. So if we rotate you out, please don't take offense. We want more opinions up here because it makes the conversation better, not just for the stage. The room, in my opinion, is really about the listeners. Like, I want to make sure they're having as good an experience in here. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of what we're doing. So, and it makes it fun. So that's all. Thank you. What's the order?
Right.
Is it Tom?
I have no idea.
Or Jones. All right. Let's get Jones and then Tom. Jones, good morning.
What's up? 1 second, PD. Tom can go.
All right.
Good stuff. All right, Tom. Good morning, man.
Tom Bills, what's up? Wow,
hey, good morning.
Tom got up here quick.
What up, Tom?
Good morning, guys. Now, listen, I know I'm not a Jets fan, but I've listened to you guys beat this horse to death for the past couple of days. I'm going to ask I'm going to ask the host right now a question, and I'm going to give you 2 options.
3 for 83. You did it yesterday, but go ahead.
Do you think Sauce is A, a good cornerback, or B, a future Hall of Famer?
Mm.
Go ahead.
I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but he's very good.
Okay. June?
To be continued. Not enough. Not enough. Not enough. I haven't seen enough yet.
Mark?
That's a tough one, man. I think he's got Hall of Fame in him, but there are areas of his game I don't like.
Okay, guys, this is what I'm going to tell you right now. This is my honest God opinion. You guys make him the offer. He says no. You let him walk. There are good defensive backs that could fill that spot. They're in this draft. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
The guy, you guys are just, it just seems like you guys are so hung up on this guy.
Yes.
I just think cornerbacks are a dime a dozen, especially,
Yes.
I'm not saying good cornerbacks are a dime a dozen. You can get one in a draft this year.
Yes.
This guy, let
All
him
right.
walk, save the money.
Yeah.
All right, but
Here's my.
let me.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Maddie, you can,
Thank
because I
you.
wanted to reiterate what you said the other day, because I
Yeah.
have a rebuttal to that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Good morning.
With the
Yeah.
Eagles, the Patriots of the Brady era, would those teams pay Sauce Gardner $30 million?
Hell no.
They would.
No, they
They
wouldn't.
would.
No, they wouldn't.
I think they would.
When have you
Okay.
ever seen the Patriots go crazy like that?
Nope, they would not.
They would never do that.
I
Well, who
understand.
did the Patriots pay? Let's answer that question. If I recall, they paid Gronk. Who else?
I just don't care that Stingley got paid by the Texans.
Thank you.
The Texans, to me, are not a team that I look to and I say that's how a first-class NFL organization is run.
Thank you, Maddie.
I don't care when these guys get paid. Good for them. Good for them. It's a business. But we're trying to build a team here that's going to be competitive for the future. And we have to build from the inside out. We have to build a team that's going to be tough again, the way it was a few years ago. And we lost our way for a variety of reasons. But we have to go back and start over and build the house from the foundation outwards.
Why do we have to start
Sauce
over?
Gardner.
Wow.
No, let him finish real quick. That's a
Sauce
good
Gardner is
question,
a
but
luxury
go ahead,
right now. And we
Maddie.
have not, what have we won with Sauce Gardner out there?
The most 7
What have we
games.
won?
Exactly.
What have we done? What did we do when Jamal Adams was on the team? We sucked. That's
Yep.
what happened.
Yep.
So you know what we did? We got rid of him for 2 first-rounders.
Yep.
So
Yeah, but
what
he
we
was
need to
causing grief, Maddie, to be fair.
So
Let's be real there. But go ahead.
okay.
I'm just answering. Go ahead. I'm just saying, like, they didn't just get
He
rid
was
of him.
causing grief because he was used to winning his whole life, and then he got into the NFL, and all he did was lose. And after a few, and he was actually a great pro for a few years. But just like anyone else, just like Garrett will be this year if he doesn't get paid. If
Yep.
we don't start winning, these guys who have been winners their whole lives, they can't deal with the losing. Enough is enough for them. That's why even if you pay Garrett Wilson, I don't think the guy's going to be happy here. He might shut up because he has the money, but I don't even think he will. And yes, everyone's like, well, he's a great kid. He comes from a great father. Those things are true. But when you're a winner and you're used to losing, and it becomes that toxic, it doesn't matter. These receivers still get paid, and look what happened to AJ Brown in Philly. He's reading books on the sideline, causing. They won the Super Bowl, but I shouldn't even say that. But like this idea that these guys are luxury picks, man. And Sauce Gardner, the NFL finally caught up to him with the handsy stuff. There was enough complaining with the teams, to the league, to the officials, where they flagged him. They flagged his bad behavior with the handsiness, and now he's not getting away with it anymore. In his rookie year, there was like 3 or 4 games, if you guys recall, that actually went in our favor, that came down to a play at the end of the game when it was Sauce Gardner 1-on-1, and it easily could have been called a pass interference, but it wasn't. For whatever reason, it wasn't. But it could have been called, and we could have lost all 3 of those games. That's how close it was between winning and losing those games. So I just think that Sauce is one of these guys that if you can get to a great deal for the guy, you've got to move him.
Facts.
We are not a good football team.
Facts. with him.
So
with
can I
Sauce
give
Gardner.
With
a
him.
couple of June, please? Can I give a couple of Tom Brady starting corners? Because that's kind of where this started. Who was a corner that got paid that played with
Yeah.
Tom? So we got Ty Law, Asante Samuel, Aqib Talib,
But did these guys get paid?
Darrell Revis. We remember
Did
him,
these guys get paid?
and Malcolm Butler.
I
So
remember Ty Law going to the Jets.
Not Quantez Stiggers, Matt, and they just let DJ Reed out the door. So my point is, I understand, like, looking at this guy as if he's Jamal Adams and trade bait, but I mean, in a passing league and with no other starting corner that you trust on the team, letting after Reed walks, like I don't what unless you're serious about losing games, how do you do
You've
this?
been losing games with him. Like I don't get this shit. It's something different if we're winning.
So
We're
you
not
hanging the
winning with
losses,
him.
June on court.
June,
So you're hanging.
Who would
He
you
hangs the
build the defense
losses.
around? Wait,
He
Mark,
hangs the
ask June
losses all
this.
over the place, man. It's so frustrating because it's like you're
June,
gonna
who
hang it
would you
on
pick?
Quinnen, you're gonna hang it on
Yeah.
Sauce, you're gonna hang it on. How about hanging it on units underperforming compared to like league expectation of what they should be doing? Instead of just saying it's one player, because it's not. You really think it's one player? You think it's Sauce Gardner's the reason why they only won 5 games?
Yeah, but
Come
we're a
on.
soft team, Mark, and we're a soft team that cannot stop the run right now. That's the biggest problem with the team. Teams would love to run the ball on us, and Sauce Gardner is a basketball. He essentially has a basketball player's body. And I'm not saying he wants to tackle or doesn't want to tackle. I don't care what his intentions are. The problem is that he's not built like a guy who can tackle the football. That's his problem. He's built like a basketball player.
Can I say something about that? We're
He's
we're
built to cover.
can
He's a fucking
can
corner, guys.
can I say something about that point?
Yo,
We lost our best edge run
Yes.
defender
There's
in
a ton
Jermaine
of hands
Johnson.
up too.
Yeah, we lost our best run defender in Jermaine Johnson. We Will McDonald is lighter. He got pushed over in some rundowns, and Michael Clemens is just terrible in itself. That was our starting defensive end rotations, and those guys got to run contain before Sauce even. He's supposed to hold edge, but those guys, they're responsible first. That's why they're getting to that second level and running him over. Why are we? That's a minute point in this defense. That's not why we lost games because of his tackling.
All 32 teams, none of them asked their outside corners to help in the run game. None of them. None of them. That's not Sauce's job. That's no outside corner's job. Nickel corner, yeah. Michael Carter's a very good tackler.
Listen, on the defense, all 11 players are required to tackle.
Yes, June.
I never heard that before a day in my life when I played football. That where the corners don't have to tackle or don't worry about tackling. It's 11 players out on that field.
June, who would you build the defense around?
Sometimes
Because you don't want Quinnen
no,
here neither. And I
Pete,
want to
Pete,
ask.
Pete,
I
Pete,
want to
Pete,
talk to
Pete, Pete,
Maddie. Go
Pete.
ahead.
Maybe it's not about building a defense around someone. Maybe it's about building a better defense overall. Period.
Okay, but
Bro,
what
you
about
have to build around
Yeah, but
someone.
You
what
don't
about
have to build around someone if you don't
somebody
have
Yes, you
that
smart?
person on your
do.
team right
Like,
June.
now.
So how come they're saying, "Oh, build around Garrett Wilson"?
Well, he doesn't want Garrett, dude. You can't. I don't know, dude. Go ahead.
Bro, I did not say, see, there you go again. I did not say I don't want Garrett. I said if he don't want to be here, get him out. I
All right,
stand on that with
real.
shit with anybody. If whoever don't want to be here, get him out.
So,
Can somebody
June,
bring Lawrence up, please?
you said you don't believe in building it around somebody.
No. I said, how about build a good defense overall?
Yeah,
You
you
don't
got it,
have
but
to build around somebody.
you have to have cornerstones in there because look, bro, X's and O's, but players make plays,
Yes.
right? Sometimes it takes players to overcome that, and that's your cornerstone players. So yes, you do have to build it around somebody. You gotta.
Wait, hold on, Lawrence, please. I'm not trying
All
to be
right.
mean to you. There's 3 people with hands up. I know people are just jumping in. Just hang on. I'll get to you. Curtis has been waiting. F and Jim. I want to get to Maddie because Maddie made a point the other day about people being married to players.
And that's what it
And
is.
Matty, I agree with you to a certain extent, though. Now, if somebody offered us 2 number ones for Sauce Gardner, you have to get rid of. You have to take it. But if nobody's going to offer that, and they're offering maybe 1 first-round pick, sorry, I'm keeping them.
I'm doing it also for like a first and a third, personally.
Okay, well that's you.
Yeah,
I'm
me
not
too.
married to Sauce. I'm just saying. You brought up a very good point, and I'm not
He's right.
countering it. Okay, but that's his opinion on it. I would take 2 number 2s for Sauce. Yes, but if it's a first and a third or a fourth, I'm holding back.
Our first.
Yeah, and look, and everyone's. I just don't think the player is. I'm not seeing what I need to see from the player. Now, some people are, and that's fine. It's all good. I'm just not seeing it.
Me either.
What don't you
Let's
all
get to
you
the
see?
hands. Mike, hold on. Let's get to Curtis and then Jim and Jers.
Kurt,
Guys,
what's up, brother?
I'll get to
Good morning.
everybody. Just hang on. What's
Good
up,
morning.
Curtis?
Good morning, ladies. Good morning, gentlemen. Hope everybody's having a good week. This is the end of the week. Let's finish this thing off strong. I'm tired of this vicious cycle, and we as Jet fans do it. We've been doing it since I was a kid. We can't. I mean, I understand timing and things like that, but guess what, man? The cap can be manipulated. Let's not worry about money. Let's worry about keeping players that are talented on the squad. Who the fuck are you going to get to replace Sauce? That's what I want to know. Who? Who?
Oh, you could just get somebody.
Wait,
Who?
Yeah, there's
Who?
I'm
Who? Give
kidding.
me a name. I need a name.
I agree.
I need a name
agree.
and I need a round that he's supposed to be getting in. Because that's all you want to do. You want to recycle a draft pick that you just got for trading the guy to waste on the same position. Pay your players. Play the good players. All right. That's the way you got to retain people. You can't recycle every 4 years. You know, I understand people are frustrated. You don't have a million interceptions. You know, I understand that. And the game has gone away from the physicality. So we'll never see a Revis in the league again because they don't allow what Revis did back then. You can't do now. You're going to get called. It's what Sauce is doing right now because Revis did the same thing, if not worse, but they never called it. So can we all, you know, kind of look things fully under a full microscope and let's build the team?
I don't know. Revis did what he did inside of 5 yards, though. And the hands, he would always hide.
I don't know about that, man.
It could have gotten
Revis
called back
never
then, but he
touched
would
the
always
guy
hide it.
downfield.
that's a fact.
Lawrence.
That's a fact.
Darrell Revis covered Randy Moss. He got torched one game, but he intercepted Terrell Owens at the end of the game against Buffalo.
Oh, the Brandon Marshall games, too. I know. Yeah.
He covered downfield, so let's not say that Revis.
But he would wear the same color gloves as their jersey. Like he would do some shit to make it so you couldn't catch him like that. That was what I was saying. Like he wasn't obvious about it. Sauce is he gets beat, he grabs him. He gets beat, and there's a safety in the middle of the field. He points at the safety like, "Oh man, what happened?"
That's
like,
right.
and then they throw wide receiver screens in his way, and then he's responsible for tackling them, but he won't or can't. I don't know which one. They ran the ball to Clemens and Sauce's side of the field more times than not. Am I wrong?
All right, so please answer Curtis'
safe
question.
to say that we need coaching?
Hold on, and I agree. Okay, so listen, if you're going to criticize Sauce moving forward, please mention who you're replacing him with. Thank you.
Oh man,
a blank slate that can get taught. Are you going to tell me that Sauce is going to be willing to be a blank slate for Glenn?
A blank slate?
Oh, come on.
This shit is crazy.
This is loser talk.
This
is some loser talk.
That's crazy.
We have a coach, Aaron Glenn, who we just hired, right? This guy was a cornerback in the NFL. This guy should be able to spot corners. Allegedly, he was a scout. He should be able to draft someone and develop someone, or he should be able to take guys like Quantez Stingers and get the most out of them.
Yeah,
we are not a team that is on the cusp of winning a Super Bowl. If we were, then I think that you retain a guy like Sauce for $30 million a year.
So Matt, based on that, you are comfortable with a year or two. Just last point, like that. I understand what you're saying, but that means you're also comfortable with a year or two of corners getting cooked on the outside. as they're like learning the ropes, because it's not like folks think that a rookie can come into the league and get 2 All-Pros in a row and we shit on it.
I'm telling you, this fan
Like,
base is something
what?
else, Mark. And
It's
here's another
crazy to
problem with
me.
everybody's every night. Y'all saying trade him. You gotta understand this is a business too. And Woody, when he sees Sauce, he sees dollar signs. Sauce is here. Y'all can y'all can cry, y'all can moan. He's gonna get his $30 million, and y'all gonna keep crying and moaning. He's not going anywhere. This is
And
business.
then when he get and then when he gives up 3 passes for 38, fans are gonna cry and say he can't cover.
Oh, I'm not gonna cry
I'm
about
not
it.
saying
That's not what
you
I'm gonna
are,
do.
Matty.
They're gonna make their that's okay. They're gonna make their decision, and I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna care about it. I'm not gonna tweet about it. I don't give a shit. I'm just making my opinion now while we have the opportunity before the decision is made. Yep. I don't. By the way, I don't care that Sauce Gardner has like no interceptions. I don't give a shit about that. What I care about is that I just think he's a very handsy quarterback, and I think he gets flagged a lot. And I think the coaches and the teams, complained a lot about it. And now I think he's in a position where he's got to get better.
So you're saying he's just like Richard Sherman was, correct? Because that's exactly what Sherman was.
He might have been, but the league has changed. So comparing
that's
him to
true.
a guy who was in his prime 10 years ago is not relevant because the league has changed. It's more of an offensive league now. So they're going to call that shit.
Yeah, I get it. We got to move on. Who's next, Mark? Good points.
Jim.
Jim, go ahead.
PD, can you ask that? Check your DM, PD.
Sure.
Yo, this is fucking wild. Mark, no, you said the fucking spaces for having fun. I'm having zero fucking fun. I can't take this shit no more. This is some wild fucking shit. So we want fucking Aaron Glenn. Let me start with this. I thought it was Joe Namath. I blame Joe Namath for the curse on this fucking team. It's not. I mean, it is, but it's part of the fucking takes from this fucking fan base. We don't deserve fucking anything. We don't deserve anything good with some of the shit that's fucking spewed out on this. I mean, Maddie, I can't You want fucking Aaron Glenn to coach up fucking Stiggers to be a fucking probably half of what Sauce already fucking is. What are we doing? What are we fucking talking about? Sometimes you gotta pay your own fucking very good players. We're gonna trade fucking Sauce for 2 number 1s, right, June? And Curtis said this. Curtis, you stole some of my thunder.
Yes.
June, right? So what happens if you get 2 very good fucking players in this year's or next year's draft? What do 3 years down the fucking road? Do you pay them? Or you say fucking kick rocks because you guys are too good? We
If
can't
one of them's
fucking
a
pay good
quarterback,
people.
Hopefully, it's a playoff team.
Period.
What the
Right?
fuck? Yeah,
if
but
one of
fucking
them's a
Sauce isn't
quarterback, it
costing us
matters.
fucking
4 years ago.
playoffs. He's not costing us fucking games.
How many games has he won though? If it's a quarterback
He's
we
not.
get with one of those picks,
It's not on the fucking corner.
Sauce Gardner has
Are
not
we fucking
costed the Jets
serious?
games. What, the last game against the Patriots, he gave up that
No,
route?
but Petey, first of all, the fucking win-loss record doesn't go on the fucking corners. So stop. It goes
that's
to the
why
fucking
if you could trade him
quarterback.
to get a pick that gets you a quarterback, it makes sense. I wouldn't do it
Okay,
unless
you know
that's the
what? We've had the
situation.
second pick, the third pick. Hold on. We've used the second pick, the third pick. Fucking Aaron Rodgers, fucking Geno Smith. They all fucking blew. It's if you guarantee me Sauce for 2 number 1s, we get a quarterback that's fucking Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or fucking
Come on, Jim. Come on,
Lamar
Jim.
Jackson.
You can't guarantee nothing like
No,
that.
let him cook.
No.
Let
If
Jim
we're
cook,
gonna trade
please.
all our best, if we're gonna trade all our great players, no, you have to guarantee me because we fucking went the high draft pick fucking quarterback route. It didn't fucking work. It's a fucking crapshoot.
Did you trust your team's ability to evaluate?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah. And you know what? Someone was here yesterday saying, draft the quarterback. So I said, well, what if they love Jackson Dart at 7? People will go ape shit here. He was like, yeah, I would. If you want a franchise quarterback and the team, the scouts, the GM, the head coach, deems Jackson Dart the next guy at 7, how the fuck do you say boo? How the fuck do you say it? That means you think you're smarter than the Jets scouts, the coaches, the scouts, and the GM. And
Cook
you
'em,
know what?
Jim.
If you're
Cook
fucking
'em,
on
Jim. I want
Spaces,
some 34 s'mores.
if
Cook 'em,
you
Jim. Keep
if
cooking
you
them, Jim.
think
It's ridiculous.
if you
Cook 'em.
think
Cook
cool it,
'em.
if you think you're smarter than the fucking GM, coaches, and fucking head coach, and you're on Spaces talking about it, you're in the fucking long line of
Dude,
work.
why do you have
But
to
Get
what?
yell when you're
But
the
hold
only
up.
one
What? But
talking?
hold up.
get
Wait
the
a minute.
fuck
Wait.
out of
Preach,
because I'm
preach.
fucking
What?
hot. That's why.
Lawrence, this is not towards Jim. Jim is passionate. He's not cursing anybody out. He's not getting personal. Jim knows if he gets personal, it's done. He's fine. I don't need you to comment on that, please.
Some of us are wearing headphones, though, is my point, man. And
So am I.
So take them.
until then, it
So,
wasn't loud.
all right,
Well,
good.
then sorry, guys. Sorry for the sensitive, ear fucking screaming.
Sensitive. You're yelling because you're getting sensitive.
All right, I'm
I
doing
don't
it.
care why I don't care why he's yelling.
Yeah. Just
Jim,
let Jim
No, well,
finish, and
he
when
called me sensitive. That
Lawrence.
sounded personal to me. So
oh my
sorry.
gosh.
How about we let Jim finish and we move to the next hand? How's that sound? Good, Jim.
Well,
I'm
Mark,
done.
why don't
I'm
wait?
done. I
What?
can't handle that shit. I'm done.
All right. Well, let's put a
Hexagon, don't scream. Don't scream, Hexagon.
yeah.
You know, there's a volume button on headphones and phones, too, if I was getting too loud. But whatever.
Let's put a request in to Elon Musk to lower the volume.
Yeah, sorry. Ridiculous. What's up, Petey? Happy birthday, Petey. June, I'm never wishing you fucking happy birthday, ever.
Jeez, man, the conversation is killed right now.
Yep,
Jim.
ruined it. Ruined it.
Hey, did anybody
Hold on.
watch?
Wait.
Hey, did
Hexagon.
anybody watch?
There's two questions. CB asked a question. The Jets signed Stevens, who can't seem to find the ball, but is always good in coverage, like Sauce. Does that indicate to you that Glenn believes he can coach that into his corners? That's the first question. And then the second question by Jones is, Jones, I'm getting back to this question. It's very long. No offense. So answer
Hey,
that question
Petey, that's
first.
exactly what I wanted to talk about. Did anybody hear Stevens' interview when he was asked
No.
what did it take for Aaron Glenn to make him sign? And he said it himself. Aaron Glenn said he's gonna coach him up to be better than what he is. He knows what it takes. He knows what it takes for him to become even a better version of himself.
He
So
better be, man,
so he
because
said
he was
how can
asked.
we say a two-time All-Pro can't become better? He had a down year and he's not turning the technique on I'm not turning the ball. How can you say that Aaron Glenn can coach Stevens up, or Stevens can say that he's souped up because Aaron Glenn said he can coach him up to another level that he's haven't been, and we can't say the same thing about Sauce. And another thing, how the hell are we talking about that we cannot? We can we shouldn't build we shouldn't build a defense around a fucking player. I mean, that sounded ridiculous. How the hell do you fucking sign? You had your all-stars, now you fucking pay them and you build around them. That's the same thing you do on offense. That shit is ridiculous. So what you want a bunch of no names out there, and again, a secondary this is New York City, and like my man said, this is dollar signs. But you got all-stars out there. They bring the people to the seats, whether you like it or not. Even the people that hate on them are going to show up just to hate on him because that's who Sauce is. So it's ridiculous to think that we have an all-star and we say, yeah, get rid of him because, we're probably not going to win in the next fucking 10 years. If it's up to you guys, we'll never fucking win.
Actually, it's been up to the organization, and we haven't won.
All right, guys. Enough.
June, you want your gang of
Can
threes, and I know it.
we just chill
I
with
want
the
my
cursing
Legion
a
of
little bit,
Twos.
Hey,
please?
No,
Petey.
that's been done before. You need
Hey,
a gang
Petey.
of threes.
I like that
And
question because I.
hold on 1 second, Lawrence. If you're still in here because you made a comment, you did not get booted. I looked at the remove section. Nobody kicked you out of the space. So whatever you just said, if you're in here or if you're in here anonymously, you did not get booted. I just checked the remove thing. Nobody booted you. You were just told to stop. Like, come on, tell the truth.
We disagree in here all the time. The idea that we would boot people out for having a difference of opinion. That's all we've been doing all morning.
Yeah,
for
Lawrence.
months.
Lawrence, you never got booted. You're back up here. You did not get booted. So
all right. Maybe it just timed out. Whatever.
No.
But,
you listen.
Everyone got booted. I got booted off. Everyone got booted off.
I rotate Josh. Josh never gets upset. You know, like.
Yeah, I was upset because, bro, I literally get yelled and by shit, and I'm like trying to do shit too, but
he wasn't yelling at you,
bro. And no, Mexican. He was at least his volume wasn't crazy.
Lawrence, well, I'm sorry. Maybe you should get Beats. They have.
Bro, I've already used Beats. You guys busted my balls about them. Remember? Oh, you sound like crazy. Those were Beats I was wearing. Those were Beats. I'm using Sony now. These ones work good. The Beats were what you guys made fun of me for. Your microphone sounds crazy. You don't remember that?
Well, let's not have.
It's fucking Jim and his fucking voice.
My thing was about the quarterback. I'm not trading Sauce for, like, everybody's making it like we're trying to just get rid of him. I want, if I'm doing it, I'm doing it for draft capital for a quarterback.
Lawrence, you're not getting booted. I have Jers waiting for about 15 minutes. Shades waiting. I did give you a one-on-one. I'm not getting booted from this space, so that's my bad. Jers, go ahead. And guys, try and watch the language, please. Thank you. Go ahead, Jersey Jet. What up?
This is a Christian show.
What's good, PD? What's good, PD?
Everybody's blood's boiling. What's up?
Well, June, I know you wanted to trade Sauce, right? I know you want him gone.
Only for a quarterback. Only for a quarterback, though.
Only for a quarterback? That's fair. That's fair. They're not gonna. I think they're not going to trade him. I mean, our head coach is a DB. He was a cornerback, and not even that. Putting that aside, I like the fact that people say, "Oh, you could go out there and just go get a corner in the draft." The Jets have so many holes that they can't afford to draft Will Johnson, Jody Barron, or even Thomas in the second round. They have to fill a tight end. They need a defensive tackle. They need a right tackle now too. And and the tight end room sucks. So it's like, where are they gonna fill this hole? It's not gonna happen. It's the same thing with the Garrett Wilson thing. Whether they pay him or not, like, they couldn't move off of him this year because it's like, with what? There's no, like, replacement there. So, like, the idea of trading Sauce now, if he gets paid now, like, which I expect both of them to get paid at the same time. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yes, Jers. Wait 1 second. How old was Jalen Ramsey when he got traded?
27.
All right, so Sauce is 24. You sign him to a 4-year extension and it doesn't work out, then you can trade him.
Can I just say something to June real quick, and then I'll drop down?
They're like 2 years deals now. Like, they're like 4-year deals.
But Petey, though, who is gonna take that contract? And
exactly.
you guys are probably gonna have 2 first-round picks.
In 4 years, that contract's not going to be that bad.
Mm-hmm.
June.
Man.
June.
$32 million.
I heard you say this is a Christian show. Did you say that?
Yeah, I said that.
So if they trade Sauce for 2 number ones, you better pray to the football gods that they get a quarterback that fucking is top 5 from day one.
Look, man.
If there's a Christian show, you better pray hard, bro. Because I'm gonna be all over you. I'm telling you right now.
Hey, Mark.
You better pray real fucking hard and light candles and all that shit.
That's a mic drop.
Yo.
Yes.
I think from what it sounds like, bro, this is what it sounds like to me. People trust Aaron Glenn and Steve Wilkes to coach up these other guys, as in Stiggers or whoever they draft if they traded Sauce, but they just don't want Sauce coached up. That's what it sounds like to me. Everybody trusts these, but not saying that y'all trust them fully, but I believe they can, make Stiggers into a good player. But why can't Sauce get coached? Do y'all think he's uncoachable or something?
And plus, if we know that Aaron Glenn, or we say that Aaron Glenn is this great,
that's what's confusing me.
If he can coach up and he can find gems and he can coach them up. So what makes you think that he doesn't see something in Sauce and says,
Let me
we're
let
gonna
me tell
cook
you the reason why.
this year, Sauce. We're gonna fix these mistakes and we're gonna cook.
Let me explain why I say that. Because you can't coach effort. You either have it or you don't.
What?
I'm not
Wow.
complaining. Oh, wait. What do you mean? Wow. Am I lying about that? You either want to
Dude,
tackle or you don't. Can't nobody make you tackle.
no, I agree with that. But dog, it was our entire defense that lacked that shit last year.
June. So he has to get a little stronger, June. We admit it.
It was
His tackling was
that's
suspect.
not just
But you
him.
telling me
Yeah,
that because of his tackling we gotta get rid of him?
No. Once again,
guys,
I'm
No.
only getting rid of him. No.
please.
See, you guys are moving off the question.
Was that
The
not the entire
question, the
defense though?
question that
Exactly.
PD posted was, are you matching Stingley's or paying more over?
Right.
And what? Right. That's the original question. Everybody's talking about trade. I'm saying no. That's what I'm
Hold on,
saying.
June, 1 second, Lawrence. Are you still here, Lawrence?
Yeah, yeah, I'm
All right.
still here.
We're good, right? You're good because see
Yeah, I'm good.
when you put out a post, and I usually don't do this, bro, but
Oh,
let me
me and
clarify. Hold on,
yeah.
bro. When you say they, that groups everybody. Like that includes me,
Well,
Mark, June, so when you put out a post like that and people don't hear the context, they're gonna
it was just
see.
quite a coincidence, man. As soon as I said something, I was booted. I mean, I'm just
Bro,
saying.
can I finish? You
I
weren't
know, but you've
booted.
been finishing for. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Lawrence, finish him what? I never make more than a minute point.
Yeah, no, but it's each time I go to say something to defend myself, but no, I gotta take whatever it is and
Bro, are
then
you
just be
getting
like, all right,
shotted?
and then
Are
I'm
you
muted again.
okay? Are you getting shotted down? I muted the room because everybody was doing it. It's over. We're moving
No,
on. I'm just saying.
yeah, I was
Don't put
already
out.
past it.
All right,
The
all right.
posters back then.
All right. I'm just clarifying for everybody.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no, but
We're
we
good.
spoke about
Have
it
a great.
already. But
All right.
we had an all pro at every level of the defense. That got us nowhere. I like Sauce. I just don't like paying him right now that contract until we know what he is in a brand new scheme. And if
Thank
you could
you.
trade him for a quarterback draft pick, that's cool and all, but there has to be an alternative plan. We're not just saying just trade him, get a
Right.
quarterback. But no matter, we had DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner, the best coverage duo in the league, and we won 7 games. Without a
Pops.
quarterback, we need that. I get it. He's a
And
great
without
player,
them,
and he
we would have won.
deserves a
And
chance.
without them, how many games we would have won without them?
He
All
deserves
right.
a
I'd like to
chance.
say,
Is my point. But
guys,
yeah,
Lawrence, I appreciate your viewpoint. We also got 4 hands, and we got a whole room full of speakers and listeners. So I'm going to turn it to that, if that's all right. So we've got. I haven't heard from Shay yet. Shay, good morning.
Morning, guys. Thank you.
What's going on, brother?
Yep. Hold on, Ho. I'll get you up here, Ho.
Just like hearing your guys' theories on how the team should be ran. Some of it's spot on. Some of it's like you make me want to rip my hair out. You know what I mean, like it's crazy because to me, like I've heard it. Like I'm saying this to the guys that want everyone traded. We got to start from scratch, kind of people. Name me the team that did that and succeeded.
Miami.
I got you.
Miami Dolphins. Brian Flores.
The Cowboys.
The Cowboys.
No.
Miami Dolphins.
I'm talking about starting from scratch. You have no one. You got zero talent.
Miami
the last
Dolphins.
team to do it was the no. The last team to do it was the Cowboys because I'm not talking about playoffs. I'm talking about going all the way and winning the Super Bowl.
Jaguars made the playoffs 2 years later after when they traded.
Okay, I could care less about making. I'm talking about what we all want. We want the chip. We want the championship.
So we ain't talking about the Dolphins. Then we ain't talking about the Dolphins.
Hey, Shay, before you can make the Super Bowl, you got to make the playoffs.
Awesome. No shit.
Okay.
But that's the whole. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. The last team that made it actually work, because if your goal is the playoffs, then congratulations, you made the first round, you got your ass whooped. Let's throw a fucking parade. I want to see champions.
We ain't talking about the Dolphins then neither, right?
No, hell no. The last team that went from 0 to the championship was the Cowboys, and the reason they did that because they did something almost never team does: hit on fucking drafts in a row, like spectacularly. You know what I mean? So when people say, hey, let's trade everyone away, let's get these draft picks, you have to hit on every single last one. You need Hall of
Wait,
Famers in 1 year and the
Shane,
next for that to happen.
hey, Shane, how did the Cowboys get on that draft capital that you're talking about?
Because they suck, and the freaking
Because they
who was
traded
it?
their
The
best player.
Herschel
They
Walker.
traded their
They gave
best
him
player.
the dumbest deal. Herschel
They
Walker got
traded their
traded.
best player.
All right, I would
Yes,
like to
they
say
traded their
something
best
if I
player,
could.
but that doesn't. That does.
Guys, this is wild today.
You need to hit. You need to hit on them.
Guys, hold
June.
on a second. You guys, all right, there's a lot of yelling over each other and not a lot of listening. You guys aren't really listening to what Shade is saying on this because he's saying something important, which is that in order for you to win and ditch your best players, you have to have the factory behind it.
For a
You've got to have
quarterback.
not just the ability. You need. Listen, how did that work out for Andrew Luck?
But Mark, the Cowboys again.
Listen,
he
the
used
point
the Cowboys
is
the point, Mark. He used the
the point, Jarek. The point in this, what Shade is saying is interesting. He's saying you also need the factory behind it, not just
you need the draft
evaluating
capital.
talent to draft, but then you have to be able to build your players. And this new regime, that shit is unproven. These guys they don't have a draft class together. They haven't coached up any players together.
So
but yet you want them
wait.
Mark, just to add,
Pause.
you said Andrew Luck. We could say Derek Carr,
Mark,
Robert
wait,
Griffith
I would.
Please wait. Hold on.
Trust them to evaluate talent.
But you trust them to make fucking Sauce better. What type of bullshit is this?
Wait,
Yeah, that's
June,
a two-way.
I think
Yeah,
it's
that's
different
pretty
though
goofy.
because it's a
Draft
draft.
and
It's a
evaluate
Shit don't
draft
make no
pick.
sense.
What are they doing here then? What are they
Jared,
doing?
hold on.
What are they
June,
doing with the organization?
I
I
got
mean, what
June.
to
Is
answer
Sauce
defense?
They
Gardner a
still
higher
gotta
caliber
prove it.
talent
June.
than Quantez Stiggers?
Mark, go ahead.
Is Sauce
That was
Gardner
me.
a higher evaluated, I'm talking league wide, like a higher evaluated or potential talent than Quantez Stiggers or some other third or fourth round corner?
Mark, you
Yes.
already know that
You
answer. Don't even
bet.
answer it.
You bet I would trust a former all pro corner to teach a young buck who's drafted high a couple tricks. How is that I don't understand the logic in the opposing viewpoint, but I got to defend mine on that?
Mark,
Makes
that's
no
not what you
sense.
said. You're being slick. You're being very, very slick here, Mark.
How am I
As
being slick about
always,
this?
You
he's the
talk.
slickest.
Wait,
You talk about if
June,
this
Can
regime.
one
Jared.
person go at Mark at a time, please?
Can I
Come on.
Can I
Go
get
ahead.
next?
Wait. Jarrett, go ahead.
No, Mark, you can't. Mark, again.
What is he being
You
slick about?
you
Jared.
are right that we don't know if this regime can't. Do they know how to evaluate the talent that's not only on the roster, but do they know how to evaluate the talent that's on the draft board? That is partially right. But if they can't evaluate the talent that's currently on their roster and know their strengths and weaknesses, and they can't evaluate the talent through the draft, then what are they doing here? Like that, because
Wait,
again, if you want to play safe, if you want to play safe as a kind of more of a weak organization, and you're trying to play it safe, name the organization or the multiple organizations that played it safe and still were able to be successful long term. Like
Jarek,
it's just like you have at some point you have to make a move. You can't just play it completely safe and think that that's going to be the complete answer. If this is this is a coaching regime. You guys talked about this. This is a coaching regime that is better than the solid regime in terms of evaluating talent. Right? You're talking about getting some of the best scouts in the National Football League right now on your coaching regime. This, I mean, for me personally, I would think to myself like, hey, you know what? This is a team that during the draft, I feel like we can get a lot better. We can evaluate talent through the later rounds, which you guys have admitted that this is what you need to be better. This is something that some of these coaches specialize in. So,
well, I hope,
hold
Jarek, that we
on.
hope that they can evaluate talent, but we don't we don't know. And the idea that you're going to get a corner in the third round and coach them up to be half of what Sauce Gardner is a complete unknown. Folks should have to convince us of that rather than us having to convince everybody else
But you're
that
going
the
to get a
Jets should hold
quarterback
on
in
to
the
Sauce.
seventh round and coach him up, right?
Mark, can I ask a question to June and Jared? Just two questions. First one, would you be happy with Trevor Lawrence as your quarterback?
No.
No, you would. June, would you be happy with Trevor Lawrence as your quarterback?
I'd be happy with anybody.
No, would you be happy with him as your QB? I need yes or no, June.
Yes.
June, don't
Okay.
say that. You wouldn't be happy with
Okay.
Zach Wilson at the helm.
Okay.
That's
Now,
the only guy.
now look. I
I'll be
say
happy
that
with
to
Bryce
say
Young
this.
as my quarterback. I know what you're trying to get at. I'll be extremely
Yeah.
happy with Bryce Young as my quarterback.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jones.
They traded the Jaguars traded Jay Ram, and what they got from that was, yes, they got Trevor Lawrence, but C.J. Henderson is not on that team. Clavon Chassian is not on that team. Tyson Campbell was signed. Travis Etienne is, Trevon Walker might not be on that team after this year, after this offseason. Would y'all be happy with that situation if we got the 2 firsts for Sauce and that's what it ended up being like 3 to 4 years from now?
No, but it could be
Okay,
it could end up being like
Just
Sauce.
to
He could
add,
go.
wait, hold on a
Hold
second.
hold
Just
on.
to add, Trevor Lawrence was a can't miss
It,
generational
Yo,
right.
talented quarterback, and he's
Okay.
fucking mid. He's
Listen.
mid.
Let me say this.
He was the guarantee, and he's still fucking
June,
mid.
We would have died for Trevor fucking Lawrence that year.
But he's mid.
June, that's
That's
my point.
cool.
That's my point. But all those picks they
It's
got,
better than anything we had in the
they
last 18 years.
But
Period.
he's still mid, and
after
he
they
was the
got
guaranteed can't miss.
T-Law, they drafted number 1, and they also drafted
So
number
let me
3
ask you a
again.
question.
That is
So let me
not
ask you a
good.
question. So
Keep good
what's your thought?
players.
Wait, no. So what's your thought? Just keep drafting, just
No,
keep drafting quarterbacks in the second, third round, and just hope that they make it.
no, that's not my.
June, we've drafted Donald and Zach.
Don't worry, they'll
You're
get
gonna
coaching
have to
stops
keep
soon.
drafting the quarterback until you hit.
Yes, but why do you have to give up your very good players to do it?
Because how are you going to get that quarterback? You're going to take the
Because
Unless
we
you
pick at 7 right now.
There's nothing that says that you trading away good players is gonna help the freaking rookie QB. Like, that's the thing I feel like everyone forgets. This is what everyone forgets. This is how you're supposed to have a QB. His first 3 to 5 years, you gotta hold that fucking guy up. You know what I
That
mean?
was
You gotta
20
make sure
years
you
ago.
have
okay,
That was
okay, you
surround.
know
Hold
what?
on, let me
Wait,
finish.
hold on.
that was
Hold
way
on, hold
Let me
on.
finish.
before.
Let me finish. You surround him with all the talent you can possibly give the guy because he's a young guy. He has to fucking learn the position and get good at it. Now he's right now just like Josh Allen. Josh Allen now is in the
Oh no 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 no!
time
It
in his
helped out
career.
Josh Allen actually.
Listen,
We traded away
no,
some of our
no,
best
hold on.
players to
Listen.
get for Josh Allen.
Listen. I'm saying now Josh Allen is at his time in his career now
Oh no
that
no!
he can
His
elevate.
rookie
Listen,
season.
he can
His
elevate.
rookie season.
He can elevate other
His,
players.
his
Now he's at
all
that
right.
time in his
No,
career. In
his
about
rookie season,
6,
we
7
traded away our
years,
best players
he's
to
going to
get
be
him.
just like Tom Brady when you need to surround him with the talent to elevate him. Just like why he went to the goddamn Buccaneers. He didn't go to the Buccaneers for any other reason. They were loaded. They were loaded.
June, let me get him.
He said something else interesting. If you listen carefully, that there's a
Rookie
reverse bell
year, you
curve.
help the QB. If he's that guy
Yes.
for you in the middle of his year, you can put a guy like fucking Matt Collins and Shakur and fucking Wes Welker, and he's gonna elevate those fucking guys. But when he gets old enough, you go to the Buccaneers who are loaded.
Why didn't you mention Josh Allen's season? Why didn't you mention the amount of assets
The rookie season that he sucked at, and he had nothing else. When he got
Who was
good,
the receiver?
who was the receiver when he got good? Diggs.
No, that's
Exactly.
the point. That's the point. We
That's
traded
the
away
point.
some of
That's
our
why
best
you
assets.
surround that. They should have got that
We
guy
traded away.
his first year.
We traded away some of our best assets to get him. How do you think we ended up getting 2 first-round picks that year?
Your best assets, fucking. What are you talking about?
What you mean?
Great old assets. You had Watkins,
Cordy
which
Glenn,
was a bust.
Cordy Glenn,
Watkins was a bust. He kept getting freaking injured,
Cordy Glenn,
and he
who was the
all his
franchise left tackle.
all his offense, the
Cordy
old
Glenn,
offensive
who was
line
the
did that.
franchise left tackle. He was the franchise left tackle when we traded
Yeah, and
him.
what did he do right after that team? He retired like a year
It
later.
doesn't matter. He was the
Yes, it does.
He was one of the highest paid tackles
matter
in the league at that time. It does
But they
not
got maximum
matter what
value
happened
for it,
after.
Shade, to be fair.
Yeah, they got maximum value for it because they went and ended up and getting another guy.
Right.
But
at that time, when he got
you're
that
not
contract,
proving the points you think you're proving.
multi-time
You're
Pro
not
Bowl
proving
tackle.
the points you think you're proving Because
Can
the
I
simple
put
fact,
He was a multi-time
Allen
freaking
didn't get
tackle. What are you
good
talking about?
until they went and got Diggs, right? Can we
I
agree
would
when he started elevating his game is when he got Diggs? Is that a fucking coincidence?
No, but you forget to mention that in 2019 we went 10-6.
With a fucking bunch of overachievers.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Are you talking about the year? Hold on. Let me back up. Is that the year with Taylor as
We
QB?
signed Cole Beasley to a $23 million contract. We signed John Brown to a $25 million contract during free agency. You are completely right about that. We signed those two receivers to contracts. But again, it's not like it. Like 2018, yes, we all can agree. Josh Allen did not have a great season. Matter of fact, I think that was the season where he threw,
Yo, nobody cares
a
about the
negative
fucking Bills
touchdown
in
to
here. Why are we
interception
talking about the
ratio. But you
Bills?
also got to mention that the
Hexican,
last
I got
5
it.
Petey,
games
handle
Let
that
me
season,
let me
shit.
Josh
hold
Allen
Petey,
on.
was one of the
handle
best
that.
quarterbacks.
No, don't. All right, hold on here. Hexican, to be fair, Jarek is a mainstay here. He could bring in the Bills anytime he wants. Fuck the Bills, yes, excuse my language. But, guys, I've been cursing too. I apologize. Can we clean up a little bit? I'm getting messages about, you know, kids being around. Most of us should have headphones on, but try and watch the language. It's kind of respectful. Terrence has been waiting. So has Medic. Let's go.
Please let my 34 brothers speak. Go ahead, Jared, and then we go to the other 34.
I need a medic.
I mean, we got the deep state in a jet space. I mean, that's he's part of the
Allen was way
34
better.
team.
Allen
June,
was
what are you
better before
doing? You
Diggs
got a
got here.
Bills fan, part of
Wait.
the 34.
What did
He's
PD
freaking
just tell you,
infiltrated
damn it?
you. He's
What
trying
did
to
PD
destroy the
just tell
Jets, and
you?
you're falling for it.
Jared's a
Huh?
mainstay. You sit
all
back and
right,
you
Jin.
listen.
Jin, settle down, please. Look,
I'm sorry.
this is we got to stop
I'm
this.
telling you how to
Like,
match
Yo,
fire with fucking fire,
I'm
Mark.
sorry, guys.
Tired of
I'm
this
really
shit.
busy. I'm really busy today. But Hexican, you're a mainstay here too. Jarek is
Pete,
always welcome here.
Jarek is
Pete,
our
look,
brother.
guys, holy Pete. The question that I heard from what Shade is saying, and it'd be great for speakers to have, just so I'm putting this question that Shade is bringing up, and speakers can comment on it, and listeners, if you can't speak, I'm curious to hear what you think, which is when you're trying to bring along a young quarterback and you have a rookie, is there kind of like this reverse bell curve of talent where you really support them in the first year, then through the middle of their career in their prime, you can afford to like not have them have as much talent because they can hold their own. And then as they get to the later stage of their career, you have to put talent around them to support them. Is that true or is that BS? I'm curious to hear what people think about that.
Yeah, I agree with that. But then, Mark, once you trade up and to get all these assets that, people like Hector, I'm just naming Hector, then there's another reset. Now you got to build around the quarterback. You got to bring other people in here. You got to do all this. And is there enough time for this regime to do it?
Yeah, because that's made total sense with the New York Jets. That's what we do. We bring in a number one QB, a first round draft pick, and then we don't put nobody around him. He doesn't develop, and then we ship his ass out, and then he develops with other teams. So that's what you want to do. You want to bring somebody in here with no talent around him, and he's not going to get any better. And then we ship him out, and then he gets better with somebody else because they put talent around
one
him.
player.
That makes sense.
We were talking about one player. This thing's gone like a wildfire.
Yeah.
It's about the whole narrative of this was would you trade Sauce to be able to get the quarterback that you want?
But
And
that's
I'm
not a
And what does
narrative,
Sauce have to do
Hector.
with the
that
quarterback?
in next
What is that?
year's
How
draft,
does that?
if the Jets are in a
How does
position
that
to
make
do
him
that, they'll do that.
worse by
So
getting rid of him? That doesn't make any
can
sense.
I ask y'all a real question, right? Do you always have to pick in the top 3 to get your quarterback of the franchise?
No.
So
No.
then if y'all
How
saying
But
many
you
y'all
have a better
believe
chance,
no,
Hov.
no,
how
but
many
if y'all, I get
quarterbacks in
y'all
the
saying
league
that.
are not number one round draft picks right now? How many?
Jalen Hurts won the Super Bowl. He wasn't.
Yeah,
Lamar
but he,
Jackson was in the conference four, the final four. He
What
wasn't.
was the
He was
question?
a first round
32.
quarterback, Petey.
He was the
Yep.
first. He was the first round pick.
Yes, but he wasn't a top,
the
he wasn't.
question was
Go
first
ahead.
round pick. Do you want to
First round
take,
pick.
if
Thank you.
there's 5 quarterbacks out there and you get the 5th pick, did you pick the guy that you wanted? Hell no. That's why we're a losing organization.
But we had the
You don't know
second
that. Hold on.
pick.
You don't know that. You don't know that they actually might like the fifth guy, just like the Bills like the
Correct.
third guy, because the
But
third
you
guy
gotta
was
be.
Allen.
But you
Because
want to be in a position.
the consensus guy was Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold,
Hey, would
not
you want to
Allen.
have the choice, or you want to wait and hope your guy?
Again, you don't know who they like. You might like the fifth guy.
And what if the guy ahead of you takes your guy?
Then
What do you do?
Yeah,
then you get into
Answer that
position
for me,
to
to
make
be
sure you
fair
don't
though,
pick the
going
guy.
into that
If the
2018
guy
year, like Allen
ahead
was
of
in the
you takes
conversation
your
with Baker
guy,
Mayfield for the
what
number
do you
for the number
do?
one pick. He was in that conversation
But
going
Hector,
into
I would
2018.
No,
okay,
I never heard that.
guys.
I
Well, okay,
I
never
want to
heard that.
get to
go back to 2016 when Josh Allen.
guys. I'm sorry, Jarek. I need a deep breath. I'm not going to scream. This has been very frustrating today. Please, I want to get to the hands. There's people waiting patiently. Jarek, I didn't mean that towards you. You know you're my guy.
Of course,
Terrence,
know that.
Terrence, Medic, and then we'll get back to the convo. I appreciate the enthusiastic, responses today. But
Because we rocking today, 34 all day. Let's go. Terrence.
Yeah.
Go ahead, T.
that was delayed. That's
This
all.
is all fucking June's fault.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Well,
T.
I guess I kind of started this, with the anger, and I'm sorry for that. But I get tired of sometimes the sarcastic responses when somebody has an idea that's different from somebody else,
Yeah,
and
me too.
that's the bottom line. And what I say again is we're going to wind up under the scenario that 60 or 70% of the people that have been in this space are advocating for. We're going to be paying 30 plus to Garrett Wilson, 30 plus to Sauce, and we have no quarterback. And the best we've done with those guys is 7 wins.
7 wins.
Everybody knows I don't care about maybe they like the fifth guy. You only like the fifth guy when the fifth guy's the only guy there for you.
Exactly.
Okay, that's number one. And everybody's content with that. Everybody knows in this league, it's the quarterback that gets it done. And to me, I think we either have to be the 3-4 win team that Mark likes to disparage, where we are in a position next year to get somebody. And in terms of, throwing away the whole team to get that guy, I want Membu at 7. So that way our line is set. So that rookie quarterback should be fine in terms of protection. And if that's the scenario, then we don't trade anybody and we take the guy at 3 or 4 or 5.
Looks
But
like that's
again,
Harbaugh's doing it.
yeah, but again, we did this with Jamal Adams. We traded somebody that somebody else wanted, and we got 2 marketable players out of it.
Yeah.
And there's there's a scenario where it worked. Though we don't know. Yeah, I don't know either.
Actually,
Nobody knows.
actually, Terrence.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, Terrence, we got 3 because remember we ended up getting ABT. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that
we
was
had
part of that whole deal too. So we got
Yeah.
3 players out of it.
Yeah, you're right. And we also traded away 2 third rounders and or maybe a third rounder and our third to move up to get ABT.
Oh, look at that.
Who a lot of people think, and I wouldn't be against it. Some people think he's our starting right tackle this year. And also another guy that we're going to have to sign, which I agree with. I think he'll be better this year, coming a year removed from the Achilles tear. But again, none of this matters until we get the quarterback. If this was a deep quarterback draft, all we would be talking about right now is either moving up to get the second or third guy, or who are we getting at 7? Who's going to fall to us at 7? It's just, this is a weak class. And as some people will counter, who knows what happens next year? But you put yourself in a position where you get the guy, because in year 2 of this regime, they need to get that position settled. I don't believe Justin Fields is the guy. but I do agree that he was the right person to pick because there's upside there. And also with the running back room we have, they can do this RPO and try to
Hmm.
utilize him the best way possible. And we'll see what happens. But I'm, but that's all I'm saying. Everybody does have a right to say, there's a different way to do it. I'm not sitting there at 15 waiting for some quarterback to fall for me. You know why?
100%.
Because I've been doing it for 46
Thank
years. It never
you.
happened.
Me too.
All right, so
That's
let
it.
me ask something real quick, and then we'll
Yeah.
go around. So Terrence and whoever. So were the Jets wrong for giving Fields a 2-year
No,
deal? Because next
No,
year, well,
I never said nothing wrong.
wait. I'm asking, were the Jets wrong for that? Because
No.
they did give him a lot of money for 2 years.
No,
Now,
it was the
are you
right
going to
deal.
be right? Are you going to be upset next year if he's not the quarterback and we have a backup quarterback making almost $15 million a year?
Petey,
No,
he
you
got
gambled on
market
it.
money.
No,
He
you
did not.
gambled on it.
I'm just all right. I'm just
In
Yeah, he
order
asking
didn't
to
the
bet a lot
get
of
question.
money.
him, we had to give him that second year, supposedly.
That's fair.
Pittsburgh was
Yeah.
willing to give it to him for 1 year. We had to do it. And I'm
Okay.
fine with that because Tyrod Taylor will be off more than likely next year. So that's 6 million that won't be there next year. But our backup is going to make 15, which I don't know. I look at some of the backups in the NFL. I wouldn't say that 15 million is the most expensive for a backup.
That's fair.
That's all. That's all. I
And
mean, you know what? And like again, some guy a couple of days ago came in here and said, "What if somebody gave you 2 number ones for Sauce?"
yeah,
There's no rumor. There was no rumor to that. There's no evidence that that's going to happen.
correct.
I would strongly consider it if the scenario happened, but I'm not going to spend 2, 3, 4 days arguing about something that somebody said when there's no evidence behind it. I'm just saying that after what happened last year, some of the things that we were always talking about with Sauce came out more. They showed up more than the improvement that we were expecting in his third year. The lack of tackling, the fact that maybe I think he was hurt a lot last year. Especially there were a couple of times during the year where he sat on the sidelines for a series. And also, he plays a physical type of game that that it seems to me maybe some people in the league were going to the league office and saying, "Hey, this isn't clean." I mean, we had Bills fans complaining his rookie year on that pass that Josh Allen threw to end the game. Oh, he that was pass interference. Or the Denver game his rookie year, that was pass interference. So maybe that it could be that too. It seemed to me that they were flagging him more for the things he was doing his first and second year. He wasn't getting away with it. So that means that he has to make an adjustment. But in terms of him being a better tackler, like June said, hopefully the coaching will be better. But to me, that's about heart. That's about mental toughness. And there were a lot of games where he had somebody in his hands and he let the guy slip away and the guy got a first down. And if you're going to tell me you're an all pro, that can't happen. That's it. Thank you.
All right. I mean, this whole Sauce thing has created all this buzz, man. It's wild. Who Medic? Go ahead, and then Jim.
Yeah.
Sorry about the wait, bro.
So, I mean, all this talk about trading Sauce and all that stuff, and as far as us having an opinion about his game, he's definitely dropped off. I mean, we always talked about this, our last regime, building up the defense, building up the players, getting them to play their best, and he dropped off the last 2 seasons. We all saw it. So no one's trying to get rid of him, and just, I mean, a lot of people are, I guess. I'm not trying to get rid of him. If that 2 number 1 pick thing was actually a thing, yeah, I mean, you have to consider it. But I want him here, but I'm not willing to pay him yet until Glenn and the company either figure out what's going on with him and make him the player he was his first year, and then we can reevaluate at that point. So going forward with that, talking about the quarterback situation, somebody brought up the Fields thing. I mean, I'm glad he's here. 15 million is pretty much spot on for a good backup these days. I mean, what Mike White got 7 million in Miami. So, I mean, I think he's better than Mike White in the sense that he's younger and probably more mobile and has probably a stronger arm. So, and him being here next year will be good because if we do wind up having a top 5 draft pick next year and the quarterback is available, at least we don't have to play him right away. Hopefully, we can build this thing right. We don't know what this coaching staff is going to do. We don't know who their talent evaluators are. We don't know if they can evaluate talent yet. We won't know until the season starts, based on the players they bring in and based on the players we draft. So it's really hard to say anything about that at this point. Right now, we're all at a wait and see moment. You know, this is the first year, all new coaches. So we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, man, I'm spent with this talk, man. This is wild. Whew.
Love it. I love it.
Jim.
I hate.
And
No,
then
hold on a second. Hold on a
ahead.
second. I hate it.
I love it.
This idea that let me explain the problem in here, because like enough is enough with this. We got folks yelling all over each other. We got folks who then they come in. Listen. I haven't talked about this with Pete at all, and Pete can tell me to shut up. It's his room. All right. But the thing is, we started doing this some 2 years ago because the idea is, okay, well, you're going to have a number of different people in here. There's a bunch of listeners who can't take a mic because they're at work or, they can't really talk. And they just want to hear about what's happening and what's current with the team. And I understand spirited arguments, but stop trying to tell us how to run our room. That's number one. All right. We're 2 years into doing this. Folks show up. Like, don't tell us how to do our job, please. Like, if you feel that way, start your own with our blessing and get and do it. That's number one. Number two, this talking and chirping all over each other, if you're a listener, it's a fucking disaster. All right? The truth is, we would prefer to have the room be run without hands and have more of a conversation between people who let each other complete their points and have a healthy back and forth without personal attacks and the rest of it. That is the format of the room, and it's been the format for 2 years. And I'm sorry, it's working and it's not fucking changing. So this is how we like to run the room. If you like it, terrific. We want to hear from you. And if you're a first-time person, think about that experience, guys. Speakers and folks who've been running all over each other and yelling and cursing all this other bullshit. If you're a first-time listener in the room, would you feel comfortable coming up here and sharing a bit of knowledge that you know or have learned or something you could teach us something in the room? No, you would not feel fucking comfortable doing that in the climate of the room today. So I'm disgusted with this shit. Like, we got to get back to what the real way of how we like to do things in here, which is everyone is welcome to come up here and say something, regardless of if they've ever spoken in a room before. That's the same climate that's had reporters come in here and feel comfortable talking and being in here. That's had, listen, we have folks that hang out in the anonymous section. You guys never know who's listening to the room. And right now, I'm embarrassed by the product today. So look, I'm just saying, please, can we try to get back on track? Stop interrupting each other, please. Stop yelling and talking over each other, please. And just let folks complete points. That's it. And then some fun. Like, that's what the room is supposed to be. Pete's not like, sorry, Pete. I had to say that.
Mark, it's fine. I'm busy today. I don't want to, I can't, that's why you guys help, so I don't want to give spiels. So
I don't either. Here, Jim, go ahead, man. Good morning.
Sometimes things get lively.
Spicy.
Yes.
It's a spicy room today. If to piggyback on Mark, if you are a first time listener in the space, you've got the best space in the morning. So welcome.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to come up and speak, because there are some people here every day that have awful takes. June. So if June's a co-host, so don't be afraid to come up, whatever nonsense you got. Just listen. With the quarterback thing, I know the people like, you got to get your quarterback. I just looked up something. 2017. Do you know who the first quarterback taken was?
Who?
go ahead.
Mitch Trubisky.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
At number
Oh,
1.
boy.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, no one said bad pick. That's awful.
Yeah, no.
I did.
What
No,
are the
no,
Bears
I
doing?
did.
No one said that.
Jim.
Wait.
To be fair,
Yes.
a lot of people were sitting there saying that when they took that pick.
A lot of people were saying that. To be fair,
Okay, but
100%, 100%.
100%. Thank you.
okay, but I'm sure there were a lot of people that didn't say anything about it, right?
No. A lot of people said something about it.
Okay, but then a lot of people didn't say anything about it, right? It's got to be half and half. Just say it's
Well,
50-50.
Jim, there's a lot of buts in here, but June, but Jim, but Petey, but Mark. All right.
So the second quarterback taken was at number 10. It was Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Hall of
So
Famer.
again, and could it be two different trajectory of careers? One was at number 1, one was at number 10. So for the people that say get your quarterback, and if they think they know more than the Jets coaches, GM, and scouts, God bless you if you know more than them.
Hey, Jim,
That
I'm sorry.
so again, my point is, you can have the number 1 pick, you can trade your best players for more picks. It doesn't mean you hit on it. You can have a quarterback in the 6th round and be one of the best quarterbacks the NFL has ever seen. Tom Brady. You can get a guy in the 3rd round and win Super Bowls with him.
Russell Wilson.
So, thank you. So stop with we got to trade our good players to get a pick, to get the quarterback. There are many different ways and avenues, and Justin Fields might be this guy now. I don't know. He hasn't played for this staff yet, with this team yet. But stop wanting to. I mean, you can have that idea and that whatever, I can't think of the word, and that take. But again, the Jets have good players. We don't have many of them. We don't have many career guys. Maybe sometimes just pay your good guys, draft better, find a quarterback wherever you want to find one's at 7 this year. If we have a disgusting year like people are hoping or thinking, and we pick in the top 5 again, get your quarterback next year with I think a better quarterback class. So there are ways to do it. There are. It's not trade your best players and get more picks for question
But
marks.
what if you're waiting and the
Hey,
guy that
Jim.
you want is taken ahead of you?
Hey, Jim, can I ask you a question?
No. Sure, June. What's up, brother?
Did you want to trade Jamal Adams? Honestly.
Yes.
Why?
And the only reason is because he went scorched earth, and that guy at that point, I won't curse, he can go F himself. So and the only way I would have traded him was to get 1st round pick, at least one, or I would have just said, no, you're not playing for us. You can cry and bitch and moan, but if I don't get what I want for you, I'll just, eat your contract. You're not going anywhere for 2 years. Because I think he had 2 years left on his contract.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't have played football.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. So if he wouldn't have went scorched earth, you would have been upset if the Jets traded him, right?
At that point, I probably, well, it changed. It would change my whole feeling on the guy because he did go scorched earth. I probably, if you told me, because he's a safety too, but
Right.
But
it's different. Like, he was a safety that wasn't good in coverage.
Right.
So if you're gonna tell me we're gonna get the same compensation, I probably wouldn't have been upset if they still trade him if he didn't go scorched earth.
Well,
Because
look,
they got a lot of value for him.
okay, so that's what we're talking about. What we're talking about is you could trade a good player and get the compensation that you got for Jamal Adams. Look what those players turned into. They turned into the people who you're standing by right now, who the people who you don't want to get rid of right now. But if we never done that, we wouldn't have that.
Okay, but sometimes if he didn't go scorched earth and they paid him, I don't think a lot of Jet fans would have been highly upset about it,
Right,
though, either.
right. But we wouldn't have had shit. We wouldn't have had anything.
But
There's the
listen,
but. No, we wouldn't have had it. That's the
we wouldn't have
point.
had
But June,
AVT,
but
and who else did it become?
No
but
guarantees you.
June, but we have it, and you
AVT.
want to get rid of it.
Look.
We have it now, though. We have it now. You guys want to get rid of it. I don't
Here's
understand.
the
Like, we
Bro,
traded Adams. We got we got the
listen.
products, and we got all pros, and you want to get rid of them.
We've had him for 3 years, and the most we've got is 7 fucking wins.
But June, that's not his fault, though.
No, exactly.
No.
You admitting
I'm
the
not saying it's his
worst
fault.
coaching
No,
staff that we've had.
I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm just saying that's what it is.
June, the
With
problem
them
with
players in the
this,
team, they only got 7 wins.
June, the problem with this hypothetical of Jamal Adams and Sauce Gardner, because I looked up, I was like, well, wait a second. Sauce Gardner, outside of the fact that they play different positions, and we can all agree that Jamal Adams is a box safety that can't cover.
Absolutely.
Can we at least agree on that? There's been a lot of disagreement in the
Come
room.
on, of course.
We
Absolutely.
agree on that? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I went and looked up Jamal Adams' accolades in his first 2 years. So in his first year, he made the all-rookie team and played 16 starts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In his second year, he was a Pro Bowler, not an All-Pro. He was a Pro Bowler, and a second-team All-Pro.
Yep.
Okay. He got Jets team MVP, and then his stats and the rest of it. So he was considered a top safety by the end of his second year.
Yes.
So that's kind of how that looked. Now, folks need to decide, okay, well, how much more valuable is a safety to a team than a corner in today's league? Like that's a topic of conversation. But I think that's saying that you could look at Jamal Adams and the trade bait in terms of what he does, positional, whatever you want to call it, and look at Sauce Gardner the same way, where he's 2 years in, has this one down year. Although someone said earlier, well,
3
he had
years
one.
in. 3 years in. Go ahead.
Well, yeah. Someone said earlier, okay, well, he had one good year and then 2 down years, and I'm like, I would love to have a down year as a pro football player and have and make all pro. Like maybe it was just a misstatement, but I just don't.
Mark,
and
Mark, can I say
he's
something?
early in his career. Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah,
chirping a player
think,
down when all signs point that he should have a better year this upcoming year. Like I just don't get it. Go ahead, Jerry.
I think the difference between Jamal Adams and obviously their coverage ability and Sauce has that. We all know Sauce has the potential to eliminate the side of the field. Jamal Adams was the unique player because Jamal Adams was a player that, again, he was more of a box safety, but he was a pass rusher. He was a guy that you can utilize in the slot, and you can disguise him. He was a player that you had to take account for because of how good of he's probably one of the best pass rushing defensive backs I've ever seen in my lifetime. He was that good, almost good to a point where he's on whether it's on the left side or the right side, the tackle had to account for him because he was literally pulling off pass rushing moves.
Can I just say one thing? He's not even in the league anymore.
No, that's true. That
lasted for 2 years.
No, you're right. That is true. But again, we talk about Jamal Adams' first 3 years with the Jets, he was a 2-time All-Pro. He was a second-team All-Pro, and then the year right before he got traded, he was a first-team All-Pro. And again, we all can acknowledge he cannot cover. But a box safety that is a first-team All-Pro, that tells you that his ideal style of play is unique. It is something that you rarely ever see in the history of the National Football League. The biggest criticism that the Seattle Seahawks got was that they traded for a player and they used him as a coverage safety. They did not use him that much in the box. They didn't really use him to what the Jets used him, which was an aggressive kind of box that can cover nickel and can also can rush him off the edge. They used him primarily as just a regular box. So again, it's about its scheme. Like the Seahawks' biggest issue was that he could have been successful there, but you didn't use him right, and then injuries started to really occur, and it affected his level of play. That's kind of the risk and fear.
And he got his money, Jarek, too, to be fair.
Right.
All right, real quick, guys, again, the space is the space, I'm just glad, there were really no personal attacks. Thank you. The Jet Stream came up. You haven't talked yet, and then I'll get to Hull. You want to talk Jet Stream? We've never heard from you yet. What's up?
How you doing, guys? Good morning.
What's going on,
it said
brother?
speaker.
Morning.
It said first time. It's I didn't have the hand up. I said speaker, but I didn't know if I was doing it right.
Welcome.
Yeah, you're good.
Welcome
man.
to the chaos.
Listen, this was a little. It's the off season, man. But you're welcome here anytime, brother. Go ahead.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, I mean, I turned it on, and someone just mentioned it before. I was like, guys, spot on. I was like, being the first time guy, I was like, damn, guys are wilding out. But that's good because that means that we all love this team.
It's passion.
So we got, it's passion. So, it's good. Sometimes we just get a little bit heated.
So Jetstream the question is, are you going to scream?
No, I'm not.
Oh, good,
No, I'm
good.
not
I'm
gonna.
messing
No,
with
I'm
you,
not
man. Go ahead.
Now,
Give it time.
following along with you guys, I was jotting down some stuff as we jump topics here, but so if you don't mind, just go off it. To comment on the conversation earlier about when you guys are talking about what's more important to players wanting money or winning. If everything being equal with the money, it's always going to be the money.
Mm-hmm.
We have something called the Jets tax,
Yep.
and players they willingly come here for more money, knowing damn well we're going to be a losing team. So it's always going to be the money. As far as Sauce goes, outside of the lack of tackling, because he is a corner, I can't justify making him the highest paid corner in football.
Thank you,
He
Jesus.
was because he was nowhere near a lockdown corner.
Thank you.
And you better be a lockdown corner if you're going to be the highest paid guy in the league.
Thank you, Jetstream. We love you, brother. Go ahead.
Last year I saw him week in, week out get burned by third and fourth receivers on the other team. I saw Ramondre Stevenson, a running back, beat him down the sideline for a touchdown. I love Sauce, but not for $30 million.
Thank you.
Not only is he not a lockdown corner, but he doesn't create turnovers. He's got 3 interceptions in 3 years.
Thank you.
And now we're going to talk on top with the holding penalties you guys were mentioning before.
Yes.
The tackling, the lack of effort. He was olaying it like he was like, the bullfighting stuff.
Yes.
And I couldn't believe my eyes that he was like pretending to tackle and getting out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I was absurd. It was absurd. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Thank you.
So every time he got burnt by a third or fourth receiver, all of a sudden he came out of the game because someone mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, because he fakes injuries, hurt.
I'm going to
That's a
interject
fact.
here.
He's alone. Let him cook. Let him
June,
cook.
why are you yelling, Jim?
Let him cook because I like this.
I almost called you Jim.
Let him cook. Let him
See
cook.
what you did, Jim?
Let him cook. That man cooking right now. Go ahead,
Petey, just because people are a first-time requester doesn't mean you have to give him a mic. This is
Jetstream.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy.
Hold on. All right, now, Jim, I just did your favorite thing, the mute button. As Mark would say, Jim, don't effing tell us how to run the room.
Yeah,
Jim,
thank
you're
you.
good.
Go ahead, Jet. Go ahead, Jetstream.
Go ahead, Jet.
You cooking.
Okay, at the mute. Sorry. So, yeah, no, it was just that's what I saw. I saw him blow coverage, a mediocre receiver beat him, and then all of a sudden he's on the sidelines, and then 4 plays later he's back in, everything's back to normal.
Yep.
So I was just like that kind of like caught my eye. Someone else brought up about why we keep drafting quarterbacks, because we never hit on them. And they brought up Josh Allen, but 5 years earlier they drafted EJ Manuel, who was a complete bust in the first round. That didn't stop him from taking Josh Allen.
Nope.
A couple years before that, they drafted J.P. Lossman out of Tulane in the first round. He was a bust. That didn't stop them from trading for drafting Manuel. And then the other thing was they said, "What can with Sauce for 2 first-round picks? What if they don't hit?" Well, I heard you guys say it's an inexact science. It is. You just gotta hope you hit on them, but. Look what the Lions got for trading in the Stafford Goff trade. They got at least 2 first rounds in the third.
Yes.
And they turned that into Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, and Jamison Williams. So all you really got to do is you got to hit on it.
Jetstream.
Yeah, this guy's a Bills fan. This guy's a Bills fan.
No, he's not.
I need a fire emoji right now.
To be fair,
everybody that cooks is now a Bills fan.
Wait. To be fair. Wait, to be fair with the Lions.
That's Jarek's cousin. That's Jarek's cousin. I'm convinced.
Yes, Jetstream. I love it. I fucking love it.
Hold on. To be fair with that Goff comment, though, to be fair, Goff, he was supposed to be a bridge quarterback. He wasn't trash. He got to the Super Bowl and lost to Bill Belichick. Yeah.
But Petey, the fact that what they got with the trades is what he's making his point.
Yeah, I'm not talking about
that play.
Yes,
it's
the
trade.
Yes, the Rams.
The picks he got and what they did with them. That's the point.
Yes, but the Lions were crap anyway with Stafford.
Wait a second.
You're right, and so are the Jets. You can make the argument for that because they are crap.
This is bullshit. June, how much did you pay Jetstream? This is bullshit.
That's Jarek's cousin. I'm telling you.
I just followed him.
We got.
Can we let Jetstream complete his points?
Yeah,
please.
And Jetstream, just so you know, we're here Monday to Friday. All right.
I love when you preach the gospel. Go ahead, Jetstream.
This is my
Continue.
last day here. I'm done.
Yeah, no.
Jim, have a great year and happy birthday.
Have a good life, everybody. I can't take this
Welcome
shit
and
no more.
goodbye.
I can't take this shit no more.
All
Go
right,
ahead,
I'm
Jetstream,
changing
Jetstream.
everything.
he's fine.
Let him cook, please. Yo, you guys getting mad because the man's cooking. You don't want to eat, just don't eat. Go ahead and finish cooking. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
I know.
Jetstream.
I think the dinner's made. Those are the points that I jot down
And it's a
listening
fact.
to the
Everything you
conversation.
said,
All right, I'd like to.
everything I said previously.
All
And
right,
you 100% correct.
Yeah,
let's let
I wasn't
cheerleader June
talking.
just take a breath. Please. Hold on, Jetstream. I have a
No,
question
no,
for
no,
you
no, no. You
about
take a
this.
breath. You cutting me off. You just sat there 15 minutes and said people cutting people off, and you're cutting me off. You're
June,
cutting
eat
me
your
and
fucking dinner. He
Jetstream
just
off.
cooked you a meal. Fucking eat it.
Facts. All right,
Right.
Jetstream. So
This is
based
obviously
on
humor, guys, so we're good.
yeah, Jetstream. So based on your assessment of
Yeah,
Sauce, and based on
yeah.
what you heard, what you know of Aaron Glenn and Muji, and what they've been saying at the podium, where they want players that are smart, tough, aggressive, resilient, and they're going to watch the tape. And they just paid Jamie and Sherwood. Do you think Sauce Gardner is a Jet week one?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And just to clarify, I want to keep Sauce, but I don't know if I want to keep him at 30 million. We got a lot of holes, and we got a whole team. And when and someone was like, "Well, we didn't lose because of Sauce." Yeah, okay, but he didn't help. So he was part of the problem. The biggest problem on our team is absolutely run defense. We were getting smoked by backup running backs. Joe Mixon had 100 or 99 yards at halftime. We only beat the Texans because they only gave them the ball like twice in the second half. I don't know why. But if you can't stop the run in the NFL, you're not going to win. So that's our priority. So
what's the wisdom, Jetstream, would you say, in moving Quinn and Williams for picks this year?
now, if you're just going to make your problem worse. I mean, you need to put someone next to Quinnen so he can't get double teamed. You have to open him up. You got to free him up. You put somebody formidable next to him. Now they can't just focus on Quinnen. You get somebody that could penetrate. We're lucky because there's a lot of defensive tackles in this draft. So I've been advocating trading down not once but twice if I can, because you'll get a good defensive tackle in the 20s while accumulating like second and third round picks.
Wait, trade down what round?
Trading down in the first.
Really?
That's at 7. You could trade down and still get a stud in the middle. There's like 4 or 5 defensive tackles. I would be okay with if we walked out with it.
I think it's way more
I
than that.
love it. He's singing my song. I've been saying it.
But I don't think you need to trade down in the first. I mean, I think it would be smarter to trade down in the second because you get a really high quality player that's legit gonna start, and then the later rounds you can do all that moving up and down. Because I don't think there's that many blue chip players in the first round.
You got to take advantage of having number 7 because I agree with what you guys said. This is not the year for the quarterback unless it's 4th round or later, like a McCord. That's if we even touch it. So next year is the year.
Which D tackle do you like? You like Graham?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Which D tackle, interior defensive lineman do you like?
I like Harmon a lot. I know people are high on Walter Nolan. I am too, but I think he's a little light in the ass a little bit. But he is physically gifted. But I'm a Harmon guy because I look at the pressures. I don't just look at sacks. When pressures, you're creating chaos and havoc in the backfield. You're making quarterbacks rush throws that lead to interceptions,
And Jet,
incomplete passes.
he played one tech at Michigan State last year.
No, Harmon went to Oregon.
No. But before he transferred to Oregon, he was one tech. So that's the point. He played at one tech.
Okay.
He transferred to Oregon. They made him play 3. But you're right. He's got versatility.
So you think your biggest weakness is on D line?
It's definitely our biggest weakness because that's what's causing us to lose.
On the defense, yes, absolutely.
You can't. It's just a fact of football. It's fundamental. You can't stop the run at any level, whether it's Pee Wee, Pop Warner, high school, college. You can't stop the run. It's over.
Guys, real quick, I got to wrap. I'm sorry. I've been open since 8. I got to close up. I got to get to some things. Jetstream, appreciate you. Mark, June, as always, thank you.
Hey, Jetstream, I'm giving you a follow, brother. I'm giving you a follow. And I advise
You already got his telephone number. That's your cousin.
And I advise anybody who likes ball to give Jetstream a follow.
I already followed him, June.
Send
Yes,
him the
indeed.
34.
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah,
have a
And if you want to
yeah.
unfollow June, you can do that as well.
All right, guys.
In protest of the nonsense. Petey,
Have a
happy
great
Thanks
day,
for tuning
guys.
in, everybody.
Thank you.
I would love if you guys
Everybody,
came and
rest in
mock
peace.
drafted
PD,
with
is
me.
your birthday every week? What's going on?
Yeah, man. Jim apparently has elevated that. So, guys, have a good day. All right. Appreciate you
Take it
guys.
easy,
We'll
everyone.
see you tomorrow. All
Thanks.
right.
All
Hey,
right, gentlemen.
Jerry,
Take care,
what do we
gentlemen.
do?
We tear it down.
Tear it
Tear it
down.
down.
Trade talk.
Tear it down, medic. Tear it down.